Oh, pushing buttons. Oh my god. Oh my god, pushing buttons. Ugh. Oh my god. Where's we don't have a witchy cat. Does this song go on forever? I think it does. I think this song goes on forever. I think this song's never ending. I don't know what's going on with that song. It seems like it's going on forever. We're just going to stop it. Because it's Monday. And I can do what I want. Because I'm grouchy and it's Monday.
Oh, thanks for the warning.
I'm not grouchy. I can just say I'm grouchy. It's funner.
Just checking.
It's funner than actually being grouchy is just saying that you're grouchy. And then people are like, oh no, we're on high alert. But I am fiddling with my game right now because the only way to do it is there's only a certain time of day when I can do this thing. It's like a 2-hour window. And it's got 40 minutes left. And I can't do it otherwise. And I was trying to stream it. But I can't get this to stream on my computer without it being full screen. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like it won't let me do a half screen version.
I've used BlueStacks before. It always frustrates me when they do that.
Yeah, it's like it won't let me do a half screen version, so I won't know what's going on a whole bunch of the computer, you know.
We're not streaming live. We're just, playing games.
I could, like I said, I could stream it, but I need like a third monitor that I could play the game on or something, because this monitor on my right-hand side is vertical. Okay. So the only monitor I have that's horizontal is this one, and then I need to be able to fit enough crap onto the screen to be able to see everything that's going on, you know?
Right.
And there's probably like a way to do it. I just haven't figured out how to do it yet so that it makes any fucking sense. Because my biggest problem is that, like I said, it just goes full screen. Whenever I'm like playing it, you know what I mean?
Right.
So then like the whole gameplay time is spent with a full screen over here. But that just gives a big opportunity for people to drop a whole bunch of comments in the chat. Oh yeah, I guess money. You guys can drop money. Good point.
Sorry, you can see where my mind is. Sorry about that.
Valid. Hey guys, drop the money, or Witchy Cat's gonna hang up.
Unless you go the other way around. Never mind. I'll hang up if you drop more money.
If you guys pay up a whole bunch of money, Witchy Cat will hang up.
Damn, Skippy.
You have to highlight which thing it is that you want, though. That's where it gets like really difficult, is like actually determining what it is that you even want as the what are you if you're bribing somebody? You're not a briber. That doesn't make any sense.
The briber.
The bribee is the one that receives it.
Is being bribed, right? No. Right? The briber is the one who's doing the bribing.
Yeah, but I don't think briber is a word. That's what I'm saying.
Oh well, that's
We do have a funny comment here in the chat. Seahawks #1, Cardinals fire the coach and draft #3. Best outcome for my team after such shit. Which that's basically, I mean, you're on the cusp of the best. I mean, if you had the #1 draft pick or the #2 draft pick, those would be incrementally better than the #3 pick. But like I said, I don't even think that the Cardinals' problem is the coach or even the coaching staff. I think it's ownership. I think the ownership group is the biggest issue that the Arizona Cardinals have to deal with. Just the consistent bad decisions, like from the up top decisions coming down, right?
right.
And that's very similar, like with the Cowboys. Like the Dallas Cowboys have the same problem, right? Like they really consistently have Jerry Jones, like just telling all of the football guys what to do because he owns the team and the club, right? Or in the stadium. And it's fundamentally like a big major. Actually, it's probably the entirety of the problem that they have, and it's very much similar in Arizona, unfortunately. And they also have the same issue that the Cowboys do, where it's like we have a new stadium, so we have to justify the new stadium, right?
Right.
And be micromanaging at all levels of the football operation, which is, you can't do that, right? It's the same issue as we have as a country, where we have an absolute brain rotted octogenarian dementia patient micromanaging every fucking thing that we do with whatever off the cuff stupid thing that he comes up with. Same issue with Jerry Jones is the same way, right? Like he like falls in love with a wide receiver and then is like, oh my God, we have to absolutely leverage everything to get this guy, you know, as opposed to really listening to the coaching staff and going like, well, who fits the scheme? Who, you know, monetarily, how can we, oh, I fucking lost. Sons of bitches. The biggest problem with doing this event that I was trying to get done and win is that you get paired up with it's people you don't know. You get paired up with a bunch of strangers that are, I think they've been hitting the head with a hammer, would be the kind of people you're playing with randomly, and you've like never seen them before. So you're like, who are these people? And then you play with them, and then you're like, why are you doing that? Because you got to think it's a 5-on-5.
Right.
And everybody has different strength in the 5-on-5. Right?
Okay.
So you want your strongest guy to do a certain thing. You want your middling guys to do a certain thing. And then you want your weakest guy to do a certain thing. Right. But because you've never communicated with these people in any way ever, they have zero idea what the fuck's going on. And they just start doing random shit. And you're like, well, obviously we're losing now because these other 5 guys, they all seem to know what's going on.
Right.
It's ridiculous, and everybody's frustrated by it. And I can tell you, I've heard it from everybody. They're like, I fucking hate it so much. And I'm like, yep.
Make this game stop, damn it.
It's the only thing that could be. And like I said, the only 2 times that you can play it is a 2-hour window in my time. That's 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And then the other time is at like midnight. I ain't having that. I ain't really doing that. I mean, a lot of times I'm like falling asleep or whatever by then. So it's kind of stupid and irritating. And I didn't have time to do it the hour before the show. So I tried to squeeze one in there. And it didn't work. The Cardinals' problem is Mr. Bidwell. He's awful. He's like Dan Snyder. Yes, he's like Jerry Jones. Strangely enough, there are a bunch of ball clubs in the NFL that all have the same problem. They're owned by insane billionaires. Right? Like, why do you think the Raiders are such garbage? Right? The Raiders are basically always garbage except for, what, 2001? When did the Raiders win? Raiders. And how many locations have the Raiders been in?
Right, I was going to say, it took me aback today when I saw the Pete Carroll notices, and I'm like, Las Vegas? Wait, when did that happen?
Oh yeah, they've been there a couple years. I think
Yeah,
I shot a video of I posted a video, I think, of them making the stadium when I was there for Interzoo, I think I was there for Interzoo. It's been a few years. Let's see. 1981, the Oakland Raiders defeat the Philadelphia Eagles 27-10 in 1981. Then in 1984, they're the Los Angeles Raiders defeated Washington. And Super Bowl 77. I thought they won in 2001 or something like that, right? Maybe that's it. No, that's it. They were the last time they were good was 1984. I thought they won in like 2001 or something, but obviously I was wrong. I was mistaken. Oh no, that's Tampa Bay. Right?
that's the other one. I thought, was that Tampa Bay or was it New Orleans?
What?
Which one was it?
Which one was it? What?
I thought New Orleans was the one that was like, we've never won one, and we finally did. But I might be wrong.
New Orleans is one of them, yeah. That was a really long time before they won one.
Right.
I think it was like 2008, I think.
That's probably what I'm remembering. That's what I'm thinking as I'm confusing 2001 and 2008.
When was their Super Bowl? I thought it was 2008. Let's see. 2010. Sorry. I was off. I was 2 years older than I thought. You know, you always want to defer to yourself being a little younger, you know.
I miss being young.
The youth. The youth.
The youth. Back in our youth.
You know, I saw one of the funniest TikToks I've ever seen in my life earlier today, and I don't even know if I can. It's so crass, I don't even know if I can repeat it on the live stream. It's technically within the legal bounds of social media.
All right.
But it was pretty funny. But it was also making me laugh, thinking about my youth.
Your youth. My best friend's from my youth's birthday is today.
Yeah, it was. It was 2010. The underdog Saints upset the Colts by 31-17 score. That's right, Drew Brees. And I actually went and I saw this Super Bowl with some friends of mine. Rob was there. He was a huge New Orleans Saints fan. He was absolutely out of his fucking mind. He had lost his mind. And Rob regularly lost his mind. We called him the Robble Wobble. Because he would weeble and wobble and not fall down.
Okay.
Because he was the kind of guy who was so drunk he'd be standing up and peeing his pants and passed out somehow. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of guy?
Right.
That kind of guy's like, ugh, he's non-communicative. But he's so drunk that he peed his pants and is asleep somehow.
Just sitting there, laying there, sleeping, whatever.
No, standing up. Standing up.
Okay.
I feel like I painted the picture for you. That he's still standing up and passed out and pee pants.
I missed the standing up part. Okay,
yeah.
good. I like it.
And that's why we called him the Robble Wobble, because he would weeble and wobble and not fall down. But yeah, he regularly would like. Hold on, my other computer has woken from its fucking slumber, and
It's early.
I gotta put it back to sleep. It just happens right around 2:00. I think last week I said it was 2:30, but it's somewhere in the 2:00 zone.
Okay.
It's just like, hey, fuck you, I'm awake. What's up? You want a computer? I'm like, no, I don't want a computer right now. Fuck you. But anyhow, Rob would regularly get himself in trouble with even his closest friends. He was that kind of guy. He was the kind of guy who would like, he's the kind of guy, like I said, he would pee pants. He never threw up on anything, but he would he would pass out on your couch and pee his pants. He would do like, if you've ever watched like the ice dancing in the Olympics, have you ever seen that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they do the real, like the triple sow cow and the double lutz and the toe loop.
Yes. And the leaps and the
yeah. You know what I'm talking about? He imagine a guy who's like a white guy, probably 5'10", something. Little overweight, but not crazy overweight or anything, but just like a heavy set Midwestern type guy. And just hammered out of his mind, and you would think that he was intentionally coming up with like an ice dancing routine, and then he was going to do that across your living room while having lit up a cigarette. Like, he was so drunk he'll light up a cigarette in your house, and then when somebody yells at him like, "Hey, what the fuck, bro?" he would do like an ice dancing routine, falling down, right? Like a falling, like it's as if a super drunk guy was trying to do ice dancing, but without trying to do it. His body is just spinning around and falling with a lit cigarette in your house through your living room to completely smash into the door, crash into the doorway, and fall off your deck, right?
Awesome. At least he ends up in the yard, not the couch.
Well, your couch is ruined later. Your couch is absolutely ruined later, which is why some people ask me of the couch wrecking crew tattoo I have on my leg. It's a long story, but that is part of it. That is a part of the. It's part of the universe. It's part of the universe of the couch wrecking crew.
Yes.
But regardless, I watched it with those guys, and then the other guys I was with were huge Colts fan. Now, I didn't care either way. I don't like Indianapolis, and I don't like New Orleans. I didn't particularly have a dog in the hunt, as it were. But it was quite the back and forth game. But then by the fourth quarter, it was obvious that like New Orleans was going to hold on. It was one of those things where they're like up by 2 touchdowns, and they're not scoring 2 touchdowns type of game. You know what I mean? To try and win, right? And it was pure chaos. It was a pure chaos Super Bowl party that I've ever been to. I mean, there were naked people having sex, like, in front of the TV. Kind of thing where you're like, why are they having sex right now? It's like, it's not even appropriate. Like, I'm eating cheese and crackers. What the fuck is happening? You know, kind of thing. And you're just like, they had to have sex right now. Like, that's just.
And right there.
They're right there. They weren't going anywhere. There's no, you're like, I don't know. I believe somebody's patio caught on fire that night. I believe that there was a large patio furniture fire. A few other things. Okay. There were some breakups. I know some people, like, their relationships were ruined. You know? Like,
I get that.
There was a lot going on. There was a lot happening. There was a lot happening that night. I believe somebody crashed their car, which I do not endorse that behavior at all. Patio furniture can be replaced. Relationships can be repaired, but like, you can't go crashing your car. But I
the car and ruining the couch.
I don't know. I don't know if that was the time where a friend of mine drove the wheels off of his car.
Okay.
And when I say that, there was a lot of drug abuse involved and a lot of alcohol abuse involved. And there was an extraordinarily late night phone call. And the late night phone call was
a booty call, perchance?
I wish I could try to tell the story. I don't think I'm getting a booty call from one of my buddies. I don't know if he wants me to come. What does he want me to come fuck him or something?
I'm sorry, I missed the funny part. Go on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm literally saying somebody drove the wheels off their car, and you're like, was it a booty call? Like, I don't know. I think I was mid booty call already when the call came in. I was already deep in, work. Okay, I was doing work already. And that's how late this call came in. And the reason that the call came is my roommate, they called my roommate. And so my roommate came and was beating on the door. Was like, hey,
Okay.
you know, I don't know, I'm not going to include his name, but he's like, you know, Bill is called. There's something wrong with his car. And so we're talking with him, but he is just out of his mind. He's out of his mind on the phone. And he's talking about how his car won't go anymore. He's like, my car won't go. My car won't go anymore. It won't go. I don't, wow, you know.
Go.
And we're just like, what the fuck, man? And I'm like, I didn't even own a car at the time. I just rode my bicycle around. Just keep my quads fit and my wiener turgid, right?
Okay.
Well, you know, you get some cardio going, and then you can get those late night booty calls.
It's true.
You know,
That's the
you
thing.
got to have cardio if you're going to be
Gotta work on
stuffing.
the core and the cardio. That's
You got to have cardio if you're going to be stuffing birds, if you know what I'm saying.
Move on.
Well, you're the one that brought it up.
I know. Shut up. Go
You
on.
introduced the subject to what was otherwise a funny story. Anyhow, so we're yelling at him on the phone, and then eventually it was like, we should call his boss. So we call his boss.
What are we calling his
We
boss?
wake up his boss, and they head over there. They go find him because he's like rambling on about what street signs he's near. You're like, all right. So we send his boss out there, like, something's wrong. We don't know what's going on. Just go out there, get him. And I'm like, even if I had a car, I can't drive it right now. So you go find out what the hell's happening. Apparently our boss drove out there and was like, holy shit, and just shoved him into their car and then drove him back home. And he lived like right near where I lived. So we were like, when they showed up, we were out over at his place. And we're like, what the fuck's going on? And dude is just shit-faced, right? He's out of his mind. And we're like, okay, what's going on? And then we're talking to his boss, and his boss is like, his car is missing the front two wheels.
The front two wheels.
And it's in the middle of the street. And we're like, what do you mean it's in the middle of the street? And she was like, it's in the middle of an intersection. And we're like,
No.
but where are the wheels? And they're like, I don't know. They weren't on it. They were like, even if we wanted to drive it, we couldn't. It's missing two of the essential four wheels, right? Of this scenario. And apparently, now I don't know if any of this is true or not, so don't ask me. I can't bear witness to any of this, but their boss said, I saw police lights down the street heading in the direction. So I just got him in the car and took off. So what they did was they just called in the car stolen the next day, right? The next morning.
Smart.
And apparently the car had been towed. It was in the impound yard. And then we went to help him get it. We went to help him get it out of the impound like 2 days later. It was like, waited a day, and then we went to the impound, like get him kind of cleared up a little bit, right? So we go to the impound, and it had been towed and was just, the front end is just sitting on the ground. There's no fucking wheels on the front of the car. So we were like, well, what the fuck do we do? And the tow truck guy's like, I don't give a shit. Just get it out of here. We're like, okay. So then we got to go another place, and we had to go get two fucking cheapo wheels.
Wheels.
Just
and
to add
tires.
wheels and tires. Yeah. We had to get wheels. There was no wheels on it.
Were they ever found?
No. Apparently he had like hit and run a bunch of stuff. And it had popped one of the wheels off. So if you went back to the scene of the crime or whatever, you could see where he is like sitting on the brake rotor and just driving on three wheels for however long, because there's a big scratch in the pavement, right, going all the way back.
Right.
And I think he had hit like garbage cans or something, and popped into a ditch. So he hadn't hit anybody or anything like that. And it had popped the wheel off, and then he was driving it with 3 wheels, which generally makes the other wheel fall off. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar. Makes the other wheel pop off. It's suddenly under a lot of stress, like it's not
It doesn't
designed.
hang out for the experience.
Yeah, and so yeah, really fucking nonsense. Now I was thinking that was Super Bowl night, but it's not. But it was right around that same time. It was definitely, mid-February or something. It was like a couple weeks later. Yeah, it was just fucking nonsense.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Nonsense.
Big nonsense.
Big nonsense. As Derek says, D-Rock, sounds like me, and that's why it's been almost 8 years since I've drank. Yep. Sounds like me. That's why it's been almost 11. What is it? 11 years? Hold on. I got to look up my.
11. Yeah.
Where's my calculator here? I don't know what year it is. It's 11 years and 7 months. It's almost 12 years. Because my sobriety date is May 13th, 2014. That means I've been sober for 4,256 days, which is pretty solid. That's a solid run.
Yeah.
That's a solid run. If I get run over by a reindeer, they'll be like, well, he had a good run here at the end.
And somebody needs to look at Santa's sobriety. All right.
The reindeer just fly. They don't. No one's steering them.
Just say, if you get run over by a reindeer, will you die of shock or of?
I'm just saying, like,
ran
like Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
I get it. You know the song. Randomly flying around. They're not there with a red suited dude.
You know the song? Come on. Grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Which audio do I need to turn up to make your fucking sounds stronger? Oh, that's what I need to do. Hold on. Stop.
All right.
Shh. 1, 2, 3, 4. We turned that up, and then I got to turn this down a little bit. Hold on. Check. Give me a check.
Check. Give him a check.
Oh, fuck. Now your audio is super thick. Look at that. Oh, my God.
Baby.
Actually, one of our friends was over yesterday, and she had made an off-color joke about how she was like, you might get laid more often if you weren't packing a tuna can down there. And I was like, what the fuck, man? And I'm like, first and foremost, if I was, I certainly would be posting that on the internet on a regular basis, because not only is that hilarious, it's also hilarious. So I was like, if that was the case, you would already know about it. So I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but
tuna can.
Yeah.
That's funny.
A damn thing built like a tuna can. No, it's all girth and no length.
All girth and no worth. Girth is more important than length. But yes.
By what standard? I mean, obviously you don't want
We did a very non-scientific poll at a couple of Halloween parties over a 5-year period, and girth was like 70% more important than length.
Yeah, by what metric, right?
Well, starting from the norm.
Yeah, but what's the norm?
The standard 5 to 5.5 inches. That's the norm. So, girth better than length. Or length, because, yes.
Because yes?
Because you don't necessarily feel the stretching in the length department as a female. You feel it more from around. You feel volume more than length.
Right.
So... yeah.
Like that 11-inch dick song. LOL, 11 inches around. What's the average circumference? Let's find out.
I'm going to guess somewhere 3.5, 4. I might be wrong, though. That sounds... Who knew that study in my 20s would ever come in handy?
It's between 4.6 and 5.2 inches.
Oh, okay.
Though some studies show averages around 3.8 and 4.7. That's what I was saying. Like, what kind of scale are we talking about here? Like, because I mean, if you're talking about like a pop can, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know any guys that fucking. I don't know any guys that have that, but I know girls that own it in the fucking plastic variety, and it's like, well, I don't know. Ain't nobody showing up to do that to you, so I don't know.
Which, by the way, would make it
I just think that like the reality is that of the like human anatomy, like basically the last thing you need to worry about is like genital shortfall, right? It's like almost none of it has to do with something's wrong with your genitals. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Because most everybody is falling in this average range. I can't even think like what is 4.6? Was it inches or centimeters? Hold on, let's see.
Inches.
Where was that?
Inches.
Okay. I'm trying to think of something that is 4.6 inches in circumference. What is that? Where'd that go? What is 4.6 inches in circumference? That's a radius of 0.73 inches. A diameter of 1.4 inches equals a circumference. Do I have a fucking... Oh, here's what we do. Oh, let's say, what's the circumference of a $50?
Oh.
$1.46. Yeah, so it's like a $50 basically. That's it. It's basically a $50. There you go. That's what you can compare it to. Not an old-timey $50. Let's see. Liberty silver. $1.205. What? How is it the same? What? We're trying to figure this out scientifically by looking it up.
The other one was 1.6, wasn't it? I thought.
What's that?
Oh, the first point you read, or the first of the modern one you said. So the old ones were bigger. They were like 2.6, right?
The old ones are bigger, but the Google search is not, or sorry, the internet search, not Google, but the internet search brought us a result that was not correct for the Liberty. I don't know why. Oh, because it's giving me the non-silver Liberty. Like the new Liberty is the same size as...
So it's got nickel in the center?
Yeah, so the new Liberty is the same size as the JFK Liberty. Those have been standardized, but we want the, let's go 1890. Whoop. Let's get a year, and then we'll be able to get...
There you go.
%90 silver and 10% copper. Oh, is it 90%? It's 90-10, that coin?
Okay. It's just a waff-ass in the center.
I don't know why. Oh, I want the 1839 one. That's the one I want.
Okay.
So the coin that I carry is this one. Right here. It's this one. It's the Old Liberty, 1880. Actually, I just probably just look up a picture. But I want the 1851. This is the one that I want. This is the one that I want. I don't think I could ever afford this. Actually, this says it's only $90. So maybe I could just order some. There you go. This is the one I want. I want that old school one. It says right now, it's if you ordered between 2 and 5 of them, they're $90 a piece. If you order one, it's $91.
Oh, wow.
Or 4 payments of $22.99 with Sezzle. I don't even know what the fuck Sezzle is. What is that?
Yet another of the 8 million new online payment plan programs. There's a bazillion of them now.
Yeah, so they can just get your data and then sell it to a broker.
Right.
Broker your data. Seeded half Liberty dollar. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to get. I want to get one of those. One of these days. One of these days I'll have $90 to order one. Filthy, stinking rich. I don't even know how we even got on any of this topic. You always talk about circumference. That's right.
I don't always talk about circumference. Yes. Every single time we speak, it is
every time. Every time you bring it up.
I don't know.
Every conversation. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm not as interested in boob size as I am in circumference.
I mean, you're not even bringing up boobs. You never even talk about boobs. You know what's weird is that, you know what's super weird is that we had a...
I mean, other than this conversation, no, but continue.
Yeah, it was like, because we were up in Alaska, I got a bunch of Alaskan...
Photos.
No, it's because my geolocation was like, oh, all these shorts, all the shorts are going to be directed at Alaska. And there was a gal that was like, oh, yeah, that's the local gal that advocates for native corporations and stuff. Oh, cool. I'll give her a follow. So then, of course, it just shows up in my feed like never ending.
Right.
And the reason that you brought that up is that there was this big controversy about this gal's boob size. And it was like... But it was like all these people hypothesizing that she was AI because sometimes she has big boobs and sometimes she doesn't. But sometimes she has big boobs is from like 2 years ago after she gave birth to her child.
All right, of course.
And now she's like slimmed way back down. And you're like, I wish you guys were fucking smart enough to like...
figure out the math.
Just fucking know anything about biology. Just anything. Just like... anything about biology would be helpful. It would be extraordinarily helpful for humanity. You know what I mean? Just to exist.
Yeah. And not even just that. I mean, let's have them learn all kinds of new old things.
See, D-Rock confirms. He says, every conversation with Witchy Cat starts with, I like 'em thick, LOL. See? Told you. I mean, I'm like...
all right, fine.
It's always one of those things where you're like... It's always one of those things where you're like, hey, I want to be recognized as like a viable human being, okay? You know? Like, can you just fucking cut it out? But then the reality is like, this is all entertainment. All of it.
Exactly.
The entirety of our lives is all entertainment. And like, if we're not going to just have shits and grins, what's the point of doing any of this shit? I tell you.
True.
I think about that regularly, honestly. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. If we're not having a good time, what is the point of any of this?
That's completely fair.
You know, it's like that song. You know that one? We can't play it.
Smoke on the Water? What was that?
No, it's I've been waiting so long. What's that song? To be where I'm going. Yeah, I don't know.
Sunshine of Your Love.
Sunshine of Your Love. That's what it is. Anyhow, we need to talk about important things like the oil reserves in Venezuela. It's very important. We need to add an image file here. And the thing that I want to remind people at the right out the gate here, before we start talking about Venezuela and their oil reserves, you can look at the stream here. You have to look at the video because I posted it on the video. And you can look at the oil reserves historically for Saudi Arabia versus Venezuela. Okay. And I want you to notice something here with two strange things that happen with both of these charts. And these charts are recognized internationally as these are the oil reserves in these areas, right? Got to see the interview Ellen did with Christina Aguilera. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. We need a sidebar here for boobs.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, we got audio. We got to turn the audio off. D-Rock said, "Speaking of boobs, we got to see this. So we will appease our audience here, and if anyone wants to super chat for me to stop, then I'll stop." That's how we do it. We'll watch Ellen with no audio here. Okay, it's a viable point. It's a boob factory going on here. Christina Aguilera, after her child, and it is a bit ridiculous, I must admit. I would think that the subject of the conversation is going to solely be about her boobs at this point. But yes, they are out of control. I agree, Derek. You are correct. And I'm actually going to turn this off before we get banned from YouTube for having too big of boobs. Okay, we're going to get banned.
Copyright infringement?
No, not copyright infringement. We could watch the whole thing if we want.
Ooh, look at those! Wow.
Yeah, her boobs are out of control. But valid. I think Derek was scarred at one point by Christina Aguilera's boobs on Ellen, going, "Holy shit!"
They were burned into my brain.
What happened? It does make sense, but on a more subtle topic here, you'll look at the oil reserves for Saudi Arabia versus Venezuela here, and you will notice that both of the charts make these strange jumps. They make these early jumps in the 1980s. Strangely enough, these are the changes of the regimes. Okay, those are the regime changes right there happening, where they make a sudden jump up and a sudden jump up. Some people out there, actually conservative freaks, would like you to believe that, oh, that's when the technology was put into place. Nope. It's not the technology. I'm sorry, folks. That is not the explanation. It's the regime change, because the regime are the ones that report the proven oil reserves report every year. So whatever country you're in, your regime, whether it be the Donald Trump regime or the Maduro regime, it doesn't matter. That's the one that reports their proven oil reserves, and the whatever the IEAP or whatever the fuck it is. It's a acronym group. They take this report and they go, okay, it's valid, right? And one of the things that I would like you to take note here is that, strangely, Venezuela, right around this year, up here, right around like that 2005, 2006, for some reason, their proven oil reserves, all of a sudden, in such a short period of time, are more than Saudi Arabia altogether. And I wonder why. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that happens to be the case. Was it because they suddenly found a bunch of oil that nobody knew about? Was it all mysterious oil? Nope. That's when your boy Maduro came into office and decided to just start reporting that we have lots more oil. That's it. That's what was going on. Maduro came in, claimed that we have all this oil, and that's what's going on. one of the things that I want people to keep in the forefront of their mind is that none of these oil reserves are actually proven by any third party because, and I forget what year this was. Was it Chevron?
Valdez, or the well that never ended. Deep Horizon, that was its name.
Wins in court. So I have to look up the win in court.
Okay.
Where was it? I think Chevron is the only company that is in Venezuela right now as far as an oil company.
Didn't they just get kicked out? So they aren't even in.
What's that?
Last week, before Maduro was seized, didn't he kick all of the U.S. leasees out?
No, that happened. That happened like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it was more recent.
No, in
why is it that I don't even notice the sound of opening a Coke until we're on live stream, and then I'm like, that sounds like a beer commercial.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's not. It's caffeine, not alcohol.
because it's making headline news right now. It's very difficult to like look this shit up. I think it was 15 years ago. Where was it?
I'll look that up. Go back to your original search.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm currently talking about. Is that
right.
About 15 years ago? 15 or 20 years ago. It might have been 20 years ago, but there is a Chevron had basically invested a bunch in Venezuela, right? To be pulling oil out. Maduro seized all of those assets essentially and just awarded them to the state. All right?
Right.
Chevron sued them in the international court. Maduro lost. Venezuela essentially lost. They lost their right to continue having seized all of that. But then they were like, yeah, but who's going to tell us to repay it? Right? So Chevron has existed there and been being paid in barrels of oil over the last 15 years. Which is why, yeah, here it is. Chevron has been supporting the Empre Mujer entrepreneurship program since 2004. Between 2009 and 2022, the programs provided training on how to start and run small businesses to more than 24,000 entrepreneurs in 5 states. All of this stuff that has been happening in Venezuela through Chevron, the reason that it's been happening is because Chevron is there to try and get their money back. I think they lost like $5 billion or something crazy.
Wow.
And they've basically been getting repaid in oil, right? Which, by the way, it's oil that they don't need, right? Especially right now when everybody has like way too much oil on hand, which is why the oil prices are falling, which is why oil companies don't want to sell oil because the oil prices are falling.
Yep.
And it's one thing that I want you guys to take a step back and really consider is that why would oil companies want oil prices to plummet? Right? It's one of the products that they have to sell. Why would they want the price of it to go down? Why would they advocate for the price for it to go down? They don't. And one of the reasons why people like myself get so angry with oil companies, these few monolithic oil companies, is because they are controlling the market. Because their control in the market means that they just get to make profit regardless of any of the decisions that they ever make, right? They make good decisions, they make money. They make bad decisions, they make money. So if we're talking about wanting to exist in a capitalist market, the oil companies for the last 50, 60 years have not existed within our capitalist economy this whole time.
Right.
And it's one of the reasons that it's so frustrating that, like, they can do things like the Exxon Valdez disaster, right?
Or the Deep Horizon with BP,
or Deep Horizon, or by the way, like, all of their old wells are leaking right now.
Yep.
Right. They're constantly doing that. They're advocating for burning of fuel that gets released into our environment every day. Right. Like, it's all of that stuff. I'm just using the big accidents as a minor example. The big accidents are small potatoes compared to the daily use of fossil fuels. Right. And once again, I'm sure some weirdo conservative who, like we talked about earlier in the stream, probably knows zero about biology, right, is going to suddenly start to chime up in the comments about, like, how I'm a hypocrite because I drive a vehicle, right, that uses fuel, right.
The world is gonna end.
There is no other option for me, so I have to use fossil fuels, right? There is no other option for me because we do not live in a capitalist society. Capitalism, we do not have it. If we had open competition in a free market, there would be other options for me to invest in, but we don't. We have these monolithic fucking corporations that have a monopoly and are backed by our tax dollars. Every time they fuck up, we give them a subsidy. Every time they operate, we give them a subsidy. At every point in them doing business, we give them a subsidy, right? Like at every turn. So they're not even operating in capitalism. Right. I am a capitalist. I do agree with capitalism, just so that people understand. I agree with capitalism with intelligent regulation. If that means a lot of regulation, okay. If it means no regulation, okay. But intelligently applied regulation so that people are safe, our food is safe, our medicine is safe, et cetera, et cetera. Our environment is safe. And a government that is operating for the benefit of the people with large safety nets for the people, right? I once again have recently got into a conversation with an old supposed friend of mine. I don't even understand. It's just somebody I've known for a long time that have decided to get desperately invested in sending me messages nonstop about all sorts of topics and things that are going on, which I typically look forward to from, like, the YouTube community or our Discord community or our Patreon community or whatnot, right? But then all of a sudden, some unhinged person from my past decides to start sending me fucking 50 messages a day, and I'm like, hey, man, Derek hasn't even sent me a message in 3 weeks. But now I'm suddenly getting a message about every unhinged possible fucking thing under the sun from random person. That's like, I mean, you could drive over here, you know. I'm like, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like, it's a gal that, like, you know, I kind of knew or whatever, right? You know, and it's like, well, where are you coming from here, right? And then it's, you know, they give out the sob story of, like, well, you know, yes, I'm a single mother and I made it, you know, and I made it and I was able to do it and I was able to work the hours and do all the stuff and this and that and the other thing. And it's like,
good for you.
Well, first and foremost, it's like, yeah, okay, I guess good for you, right?
Right.
But also, like, fuck all the other people that helped you
Right.
along the way, right? Like, let's just ignore
Your
all
parents,
the other
the aunts, your
parents, aunts,
boss.
uncles, friends, neighbors, fucking school
Right.
district people, all of the community people. But then it's like, but then you get this like, well, I didn't even qualify. I didn't even qualify for any aid. And it's like, first and foremost, tell me how much money you made. What year?
Right.
Like, give me your fucking tax returns. Like, if you want to make this statement, give me your fucking tax returns. How much money you make? Oh, I made $20 an hour. Okay, single mom, $20 an hour, 2007. Do you qualify for aid? Yep. The fuck are you talking about? What?
It didn't go because of pride, probably, but yeah.
But, well, no, that's the whole thing. Is that, like, me as a person, like, I can't verify from the supposedly conservative person who is messaging me about all of this personal anecdotal shit, right? That there's no way for me to verify because there will never actually be an honest conversation from this person, right? Because at every point in time, it's like, trust me, bro, right? Of the like, I did it all by myself, right? And it's like, okay, well, what evidence do we have of that? Trust me. Okay, I didn't even qualify, right?
Right.
And it's like, what? Excuse me. What's going on here? Right.
Right.
And like I said, it's always the trust me, bro thing, right? Of the like, it's all, trust me. I didn't qualify for anything. Nothing ever happened. Right.
Just believe me, man. My word's good news.
Yeah, and it's extraordinarily ridiculous. At all levels, I have to admit at this point. Like, basically start losing my mind. Fishfam Link has reappeared. It's weird. We had a chat the other day that in chat that somebody was like, "Well, what happened to Fishfam Link? I think Fishfam Link died." They're like, they're gone, or they're like, Fishfam Link doesn't like you anymore. And then Fishfam Link showed up again, and I'm like
10 minutes later.
Yeah, now people are going to start thinking I'm somehow in control of Fishfam Link, and I want to make an announcement today. I am not. I have no idea where it comes from. I don't even know who started it. I don't even know who's in charge of it. I can't tell you if it's a bot or not. I don't know. We've questioned it in the past. But it says membership, super stickers, super chats. Oh, my. They are fun. We don't have any of those happening today, so it has to be a bot, right? Because we haven't had any of that stuff. No. Help our community grow. Like this video and hit subscribe. Yeah, you're supposed to do that anyhow. And if you don't know by now on YouTube, then I don't know what the fuck to tell anybody. There's nobody here anyhow. It's just us.
Just us chickens?
Just us chickens. Okay. What were we talking about? We were talking about Venezuela, right?
Kind of, in a very offhand way.
Right. Okay. What were you saying?
We've gone far around to the subject as typically. We were talking about Chevron and the oil field.
Oh, that's right. Chevron initially made an investment into Venezuela to start pulling oil out of the ground. That's what Chevron does, right? Essentially, it's what they do. They started pulling oil out of the ground. They started pumping oil, and at a certain point, Nicolas Maduro came into power, and they essentially seized the assets of Chevron. Chevron sued them in court, in international court. The Maduro regime lost, and Chevron took a gamble that was like, all right, we beat you in court. We have the high road here. You need to pay us back, essentially. And the Maduro regime said, like, well, you don't have any. Who's going to make you, or who's going to make us, essentially, right? And then that eventually turned into an international situation where they started sanctioning oil, pumping oil, and tipping the oil market around until the Maduro regime didn't crumble, but was severely damaged. The economy in Venezuela collapsed. If you guys remember, there was all the riots and the people leaving Venezuela. I forget how many people left Venezuela. 7 million, I read somewhere. Yeah, 7.9 million Venezuelans have left the country. So you got to think, what state has 7.9 million people in it?
New York?
Here's what's fucking hilarious. Here's what's hilarious. Out of the top 10 hosting countries of Venezuelans,
right?
What do you think? Where do you think the U.S. sits on Venezuelans coming into the United States?
8.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Fourth.
Yeah, all right. Well,
it's definitely not number 1. 'Cause number 1 is Colombia. 2.86 million.
They're kind of right next door to each other.
2.5 million. Well, yeah. I mean, 2.5 million people went to Colombia. 500,000 to Ecuador. 1.5 million to Peru. 500,000 to Chile. 164,000 to Argentina. 500,000 to Brazil. But here's what's hilarious. Actually, I even show you the status chart I'm looking at right here. The funniest thing is 545,000 have reportedly ended up in the United States, but all the way across the ocean over here, 477,000 have gone to Spain. So almost the exact same amount of Venezuelans ended up in Spain as they did the entirety of the United States. And Spain is tiny.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think Spain is having problems with Venezuelans? I was there, a year ago?
Was there a big report of
no
Venezuelan issues? Not so much?
Nope, no problems. They weren't having any problems with Venezuelans. They're actually, who do you think they were having problems with?
I'm going to guess stinky Americans.
Just tourists, but yeah.
Okay.
We're included in tourists.
Sure.
They're having problems with tourism, and people were protesting the tourism that was going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey man, just stop having such a beautiful country, and then you won't have to worry about it. You know, just throw some garbage, just throw some trash around, just trash it up. That's honestly, right. I probably would have stayed there if there was an opportunity.
Very cool.
What?
Yeah, it would have been nice to be able to do that before all this happened instead of after.
Before all what happened?
Oh, the inauguration and Trump taking office.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not good. But, either way, I would have stayed.
That's my point.
If there was an opportunity, I would have stayed. I mean, they have a Banksy... They have a museum, a Banksy museum.
Right? How cool.
I'm just saying. I don't think we have a Banksy museum in the United States.
We should. Something similar. A nice outsider art gallery. Anyway.
There might be one in New York. Oh, there is one. There is one in New York.
There's a Banksy museum in New York?
Apparently.
Sweet.
Maybe I'll go there. Oh, it's in Lower Manhattan. That's going to be hard.
Yeah. Down with the mole people. I'm joking.
The mole people?
Well, yeah, it's Lower Manhattan. It would be cool if that actually meant down in the tunnels, but no, it doesn't.
No, silly. It's not in the tunnels.
Not in the tunnels.
One of the big issues is that I've been to the Banksy Museum in Spain, and I've seen a bunch of these.
Cool.
And Spain was nicer than New York. So we have issues.
Certainly cleaner. New York has really taken to the just dirty it up advice.
Although they got Mamdani now, as they say. Mamdani! You know? They got the Mamdani now.
We'll see if that gets things cleaned
And they
up.
also have subways and public transit.
Oh, in Spain or in New York? I've lost which one we're talking about.
They
now.
both do.
I would assume both.
They both do.
Yes. Yes.
Monday, January 5th marks the 5th day of Zoran Mamdani's term as mayor. Mamdani on Monday signed 2 executive orders directing city agencies to crack down on so-called junk fees, citing hidden charges that appear when New Yorkers buy concert tickets, join gyms, and try to cancel subscriptions, framing the effort as a key part of addressing the city's affordability crisis. Speaking at a press conference in Long Island City, Mamdani said junk fees have become embedded in everyday transactions. He's not wrong. I don't know what that would do. Like, I don't know what. I'm like, yeah. I mean, you're saving people money if you can get rid of it. I don't know what it's going to do to affect people's day-to-day lives, though. But then again, he's just the mayor, so all right, incremental improvements, right?
Right.
Which it just assigns a citywide a junk fee task force. So we're going to find out what the task force is all about.
Many are the...
Taking action against a number of companies, Uber in particular, for subscription costs that were hidden. Oh, that's one I wasn't really thinking about. Was like Uber. Like Uber has a bunch of junk fees in it. I never take Uber, so it's like, you know.
I would imagine that DoorDash and Instacart and those things do as well.
Right. Oh, calling on FIFA to abandon plans to use dynamic pricing. Which, by the way, if we could get rid of fucking dynamic pricing, that should be outlawed. That should.
It becomes more popular, the price goes up, sort of thing, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure you've never experienced dynamic pricing, like in the way that you're sort of envisioning in your head right now. I bet. But here's the easy way to explain it. Amazon utilizes dynamic pricing at all times, right? So if you don't have something that will tell you, give me an item to look up. What item should I look up?
New clamps.
Nipple clamps?
Said new clamps. I did not say nipple. Jesus.
Nipple clamps. Got it.
I did not say nipple.
They have them. Oh my God. Fucking Amazon. Amazon. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing with the nipple clamps, you fucking
Are they
weirdos?
sold by Amazon or are they third party?
They're listed. You can just buy them on Amazon. You can just type
Well,
that in there.
I know that, but I mean, is it one of those things? Because a lot of them will say fulfilled by Amazon.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. The whole reason I was bringing it up was to talk about the Camelizer. I use the Camelizer to find out if I'm getting dynamic priced by Amazon. Okay, well we'll get off nipple clamps so I can actually show you guys what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Are there such a thing as booty clamps?
I
Booty?
don't know.
Oh.
It sounds like a painful concept if there are.
No, I'm trying to think of something else. You said clamps. Let's get
let's
look up you know what we need to look up? We need to look up the Graybo. It's a suction tool, but it's not for sex. It's for this is actually the thing that you need to get if you're going to start building aquariums.
Okay.
This thing. Graybo, Grabo, I'm not sure how you say it, but let's go over to the source over here. Okay. Whoop. And then we got to put, we got to make sure we don't show you guys any of my personal information with all of my nipple clamp searches. Guys, quit looking at all of my nipple clamp searches. Okay, so here's some knockoff. These are some knockoff brands. This, what is this, Ceci? I don't know what the fuck that is. This is another knockoff brand. Knockoff brand. This is the Pro. This is the actual one. But here's an overall pick that's cheaper. All right, here we go. We'll go to this. The current price right now is $178.50. This probably means it doesn't have a battery. Oh, no, it includes battery. Okay.
Ooh.
Maybe this is the old one. This looks suspicious. I'm suspicious.
That's shocking.
What, are you not suspicious when you're on the internet? If suddenly something is weirdly priced, you should be you should be suspicious, you fucking weirdo. Okay. Of course my screen doesn't show it now. My screen grab. How do we, can I do an alt? Can I get an alt here? Alt? Maybe a control? Maybe a control? Nope. We just have to replace it. Remove. Source. That source. We'll look at it right here. Guys, quit looking at my nipple clamp search, okay? Now, the reason I use the camelizer right here is I want to see if I'm getting dynamic pricing. And this fully explains right here, this chart, as you can see, the pricing of... Hold, what the fuck? Okay, add source. Why is it not showing it? Oh my god, for some reason it doesn't show the pop-up. Oh, we have to look at it on here. Okay, we'll have to do it over here. Remove. Add source. Here we go. Okay. We have to go onto this screen. For some reason it won't show us... It won't show us that window.
Oh, the secondary.
It won't, I don't know. It won't show us the window. I don't know why. It won't do it. But either way.
It's another tab.
Stop trying to fix it. We're beyond fixing it already. Okay. So as you can see here on Amazon, you can get the highest price, the third-party new, third-party used. But you can see here, this shit is getting dynamic priced. The price goes down, the price goes up, and then it's like listed on sale, right? At some point, it was listed at $110. Right now, it's listed at $179, or was it $178? So it was listed at $178. So potentially, you could be saving 50, 60, 70 bucks compared to what it is right now. And the reason I say that this is dynamic pricing, the way that this dynamic pricing works is that you know that $110 is the bottom basement price. Oop. Whoa. Oh my god, we got brought right back to the page. Okay. Oh, you know, you got to make that noise. Oh. Dynamic pricing is essentially the fuck is going on here? I'm going to remove that. Okay. Dynamic pricing is essentially, hey, we know that this product has become popular in that area, so then what we're going to do... Jesus Christ, I got to close all these windows. I got too many windows open. It's freaking out my computer. Okay, there we go. Is that, okay, it's getting very popular in this area, so what we'll do is we'll raise the price up to $199, and then we'll put it on sale, right, for $185, right? But the actual price of the item is $150 because that's how much it was like supposed to be on sale for. But the dynamic pricing goes, oh, well, we have 3 or 4 in the area, and people are, for some reason, ordering a bunch in this area, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to say it's $199, but then we're going to mark it down for $25 more than the actual sale that's happening right now, right? And that's how, and dynamic pricing is actively doing that. The easier way to explain it is if you've ever been to a store that has a store that has electronic price tags. You ever seen this? It hasn't come out in a lot of places yet, but it has begun. Where's an image of it? This is what it looks like. No, that's not a real image. That's an AI image. I need a real image. Oh, here it is. Here's one that's actually an image of active dynamic pricing. So you got the coconut cream, 250 milliliter, blah, 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 €409, includes VAT of whatever the fucking VAT is there, right? This price tag is being updated by a computer system, right?
Every so many, right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But here's what's even weirder. So Amazon actually has a system now that as you walk around the store, guess what it does?
Follows your patterns and feeds it in as you go.
It follows you and gives you dynamic pricing.
Neat.
So if you come onto YouTube and you say Donald Trump is a convicted in civil court, held civilly liable for what was described by the judge, ostensibly rape, but it's sexual assault. The reason that it wasn't rape at the time is because finger blasting somebody without their permission was not considered rape at the time when the court proceedings happened. Since then, it has been upgraded to be considered rape.
Yep.
So that's why he was convicted of sexual assault, right? Now,
Yep.
If I was to come onto YouTube and say that, and Amazon decided, well, this guy's social score is not good because he's basically just explaining to you what crimes our glorious leader have committed, somehow lowers my social score. What'll happen is as I walk around the store, it will change the prices and increase the price for me. Oh yeah, D-Rock says Kohl's has the electronic price tags. They do. I haven't. I couldn't find it on the quick Google search here though. I always say Google, but I should just say internet search. But the electronic price tags are coming out, and Amazon actually has dynamic pricing for individuals. But it could also potentially change the price by the time you get to the cash register, right? So imagine your tap to pay. You saw a price on the electronic sticker, right?
Yep.
So, like, let's say you saw this price on the sticker. It's not even a sticker. It's this automated fucking price tag, right? That, by the way, has a camera on it, IR sensor, and a light, I believe. I believe those are those three.
Oh, a backlight.
It looks like it has a light, an IR sensor, and a camera on it.
Right.
And
because it probably doesn't stay on the entire time. The IR sensor flashes the display. Anyway, yeah, okay.
Yeah. We don't need to describe the device when it's not.
It's peeking me.
I mean, we can look them up, and we can do. How do these things work? How do these little fucking things work? We could do a stream about it if you want. If you want to do a stream, listen to me, Witchy Cat. If you want to do a stream about,
I don't want to do that stream. Do your stream.
It's gonna be 6 hours long, and we're going deep, dude, but not girthy. Okay, so.
Yeah, well, then I don't want to. I'm a girth girl.
Damn it! Every time you come on here, you're always talking about it. D-Rock said it. He proved my point earlier. He verified. Anyhow, more to the point. So you have this little guy here, and you say whatever this AC support bracket, whatever the fuck it's saying, $46.99, right? And you're like, okay, cool. And you put one in your shopping cart. Now you go up to your tap to pay, up at the cash register, and for some reason it charges you $54.99. Right? But because you're tap to pay, it's already the transaction has already happened. So now the money is taken out of your account. Now you go, what the fuck? Why was this? My total purchases were $184, but for some reason I just got charged $260 or whatever, right? You're like, that's way off. I'm better at math than that. What the fuck's going on here? Where's my receipt? Why these prices are different? And then you talk to the human that's there. But by the way, we're going to be in an era where there aren't humans there, except for a guy with a gun. And you go like, this thing just charged me too much money. And they go, sorry, you need to talk to our customer service, right? Our support service, which by the way is a bot. It's also a chat bot. It's just powered by, what is it? What's the other one?
OpenAI.
OpenAI. Yeah, it's an OpenAI chat bot. And you're now talking to a machine, and you're explaining to the machine, no. It said $46 to me, and it charged me $54. And then the chatbot just says, well, thank you for shopping at our store. right? And you're like, I want my money back, you bitch. Right? And then it goes, well, we can't verify that's what the price tag says because it says here in our database that it was $54 when you picked it up and put it in your cart. Right? And now you're arguing with machines about what you saw at some point in time. But also, let's say you think you're being savvy and you walk around and you take pictures of these tags, right? With the prices that it says on it. But now you go to claim, oh, it's charged me too much because you go to talk to the chatbot. But now the chatbot claims that you used a chatbot to alter the images for a lower price.
Right.
And now you're in a whole world of insanity where you're arguing that you are actually real. The chatbot's not real. These images are real. They're not doctored in any way, but don't worry, you could have doctored them to make them look real. Right? This is the world you're moving. I hope people are starting to understand this is the world that you are moving into.
And then it goes back and says, and you should have read the policy on the door about our pricing.
Right.
In the small print, it says.
Right. And one of the reasons that I bring this up, because people go like, how does this have anything to do with Donald Trump abducting a leader of a country? Kidnapping the leader of a country. An unsanctioned military operation, which should require approval by Congress, right? How does this all tie together? Well, the people that are influencing that system to charge you money, to give you dynamic pricing on every single thing that you ever do, to eliminate human jobs, those are the same people that are influencing the dude who just kidnapped a leader of another country. And by the way, whether you like him or not is zero excuse for this behavior. Okay, I don't know how many times I have seen in the last couple of days people excusing Donald Trump's behavior because some Venezuelans were dancing in the streets. First and foremost, people dancing in the streets is not excuse for committing crimes. Okay? If who's that guy that shot the CEO?
Luigi.
Well, Luigi Mangione, right? If Luigi Mangione accused of shooting a CEO, I don't know if he did or didn't. I wasn't there. I don't know. And he hasn't been convicted of any crime, so I don't know what's going on. But let's say that he did, hypothetically, in this hypothetical. And then people started dancing in the street, and then the U.S. court system said, well, we can't charge him with a crime because people are dancing in the street. They're excited.
People think he's hot, therefore.
It's not a hot or not type situation. It's people dancing in the street. This is one of the...
Well, we don't know why they're dancing. Go on.
Okay, I just explained people are telling me that Venezuelans are dancing in the street and celebrating. Okay?
Okay.
So it's in the context of the hypothetical that I'm talking about, that if
I understand.
Luigi Mangione actually shot a CEO, and then people started dancing in the street to celebrate it, now I guess the judge has to let him off because people are dancing in the street.
People are dancing.
So a crime was committed, in Venezuela. International news sources are citing between 40 and 80 people were killed during the abduction of Nicolas Maduro, right? So there are not zero casualties. They launched missiles off. I don't know who died. Frankly, I don't care who died. People died. All right? I'm on team human here, okay? Like, I'm on team people. The U.S. military murdered people, okay? Abducted the leader of another country, and have now set a precedent around the world that you just abduct the leader of whatever country if there's a guy there doing shit you don't like.
Just take it.
The reason this is a problem is because you're setting a precedent that no one is going to adhere to international law anymore. That's the problem. I don't like Nicolas Maduro. I think he's a piece of shit, and I think he should be in jail. And I think he should be in jail in Venezuela.
Yep.
Now, if he had come to the United States and the United States decided to arrest him, that is a completely different story. If he had voluntarily just come to the United States, he has already been arraigned on charges. There's warrants out for his arrest. He could have just been arrested had he come to the United States. He didn't. We flew in a military operation with Chinook helicopters flying around Caracas, right? Which, by the way, makes no sense to me how none of them were damaged in any way, right?
Yeah.
And it's because people were dancing in the streets. Witchy cat. That's why the people were dancing in the streets. That's why Maduro had zero supporters. He didn't have any military backing him or anything.
Right.
Somehow Chinook helicopters are just flying around, unperturbed. Right. It's pretty wild, right? Like it's.
Yeah.
But the big reason, it's not because I want to defend Nicolas Maduro. Personally, I don't care what happens to Nicolas Maduro, right? Like, it's not about Nicolas Maduro. It's about the crime, okay? And people, they're like, I don't understand. You fucking lefties are suddenly wanting to defend dictators. I'm not defending a dictator. I'm criticizing my own government committing crimes on an international scale. Do you understand why that's a problem, right? Blowing up boats in the Caribbean and then just saying that they're drug smugglers sets a precedent for any other country that owns missiles can just shoot boats whenever they want and then just be like, well, they were drug dealers. I don't know.
Right.
Right?
Didn't like the way they looked.
That's why it's a problem when you start committing crimes, especially from the absolute position of power, like the U.S. president, right? Which I'm always so confused. I'm always so confused when I talk to these conservative fucking whack jobs that always want to tell me that, like, either A, it's not illegal because he can do whatever he wants, right? Or B, yeah, he can do whatever he wants, but also he's not allowed to do whatever he wants because people would stop him. And you're like, who? Right? Like, who would stop him? And they're like, well, people would stop. Like, who? What people? What are you talking about?
The
right?
dancing people.
I don't have any ability to, like, go stop a Chinook helicopter from flying around in Venezuela.
Hey,
I don't have any way of doing that right now. You know? And so it's like, but then also at the same time, they want to act like somehow him being president isn't a big deal at the same time, right? Like, it's not a big, you know. He isn't going to stop with Venezuela either. No, like I told you all to read Project 2025, it's in there. He's not stopping with Venezuela. It's Venezuela, Iran, Cuba, Nigeria, and what's the other country? There's one other country.
Not Colombia. Panama for the canal, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Greenland.
Greenland, yes. Can't forget Greenland.
2025. Yeah, Greenland. I believe it's 5 countries. I can't remember. Oh my God. You gotta love the AI. You gotta love how
Answers.
AI is starting to scrub shit like Project 2025.
Oh no.
Well, it's like right here, the AI overview that pops up. Project 2025 does not explicitly call for the invasion of specific countries. Instead, its foreign policy recommends emphasis. Its foreign policy recommendations emphasize an America First approach based on countering perceived adversaries like China, Russia, and Iran through diplomatic, economic, and military posturing, and strengthening the U.S. position in the Western Hemisphere, which is just what
The
you
Monroe
just
Doctrine.
yeah, it's like AI just fucking whitewashed your shit. But there was 5 countries in there that they were highlighting to take control, and Venezuela was like at the top of the list.
Right.
I'd have to find my my PDF.
Probably because when that was most recently brushed up, Venezuela was very big in the news with the riots and such, and so they were just expecting people to be like, "Oh, Venezuela's an easy sell," blah blah.
The reasoning behind it is that
Well, on the oil, obviously.
no. People keep trying to say like we want oil. Like we already produce the most oil any country has ever produced ever. Right? Like we don't have a glut for producing oil. We produce more oil than anybody already. Right? And what economic boon is that bringing to the average person's table? It's like it's not. So it's like, yeah, we're going to go get oil. Like, okay, we're going to go get oil. We already have oil. We already have it. Why are we going to go get it? Right? It's not about us going to get it. It's about us starting to destabilize the OPEC nations. No. They want to Yes, they want to destabilize the OPEC nations and the BRICS nations, right?
Right.
So how do you do that? You start to do that by going through Venezuela. You ingrain a friendship with Saudi Arabia, which they already have done.
Right.
And you start a war with Iran, right? Then you step into Africa, right? To start to block off the Chinese and Russian investments in Africa, which is all highlighted in Project 2025. I'd have to find my PDF with my highlights in it. But it's the exact same reason you want to take over Greenland, right? And it's like, well, it's rare earths. It's like, we have rare earths in the United States and Canada. We have plenty of rare earths here. We don't have the processing plants, okay? You don't need to invade Greenland to get rare earth materials. What we do need is rare earth material processing, which we don't have in the United States. So go build that, right? Like, we don't need to take another country in order to have that. We already have rare earth here in the United States. Like, there isn't, or actually more accurately, North America, right? Like, we already have it here. You just need to start you need to process it, right? The reason that China has the advantage in rare earth is because they invested in the processing of it. They have the factories that process it and produce it. That's it. To respond to Chrissy's comment earlier, LMAO, boobs on his mind. I got to tell you something. I always have boobs on my mind. It's just, it's always there. It's always there somewhere, you know? I don't know when dudes reach the age where you just stop wanting to have sex. It has to happen at some point. I'm going to look it up real quick as a sidebar here while you guys type in all of your questions about international policy.
That's right.
When
really important.
do dudes research suggests you might experience a decline in regular sexual activity between the ages of 75 and 80.
Oh, you got some time.
We got some time. You got like 30 years of me thinking about boobs. Sorry, guys.
Excellent.
You got 30 more years.
That's funny. suppose there are worse things to think about.
Yeah, I don't know. We got a while. We got a while to go here. Okay, we got 30 more years. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Yeah. What's gonna happen? What does that look like?
I'm gonna get a little. I'm gonna get one of those 3 or 4 horsepower electric motors that go on the end of a fishing boat.
Just go trolling for booze.
A couple car batteries. I'm gonna plop myself on an ice floe and head out to sea.
Okay, well
till the car batteries run out.
Excellent.
Oh, hold on. Should we look that up real quick? We should look that up real quick.
How far that will get you to sea?
How far can I get on an iceberg with an electric motor and 2 car batteries in
hooked to an egg beater
in tandem? Let's see what AI says. The distance you can travel is highly variable, but for context, you could likely travel a few miles to about 15 to 25 miles at slow speeds with a typical trolling motor setup and 2 car batteries under ideal conditions. The range is highly dependent on speed, motor efficiency, and the total weight of the iceberg itself, and environmental factors like wind and water conditions. It gives you a whole statistical breakdown here, too.
Yeah, would the ice floe melt before, or I don't know.
No, they're already in the ocean.
Well, I know. I'm assuming that that's not going to necessarily lead you to ideal.
No, because see, the idea is so the problem is that like the ice floe is close to shore, right?
Right.
Which means that very close to shore, the water temperature has dropped because it's cold outside.
Oh, all right. That's
right. As opposed to in the summer months when the
warmer.
shoreline is warmer because it's shallow, and then you get the input from the sun, right, and all that stuff. So what you do is you get yourself on an ice floe and then you paddle out. But I don't want to paddle out. Paddling sounds
lazy.
I mean, it sounds so analog, right? I need something more digital. Okay.
You need it's the modernized version of putting your elders on the ice floe. Okay.
Yeah, and so anyhow, you get on your ice floe close to shore where it's cold, and then you go out to sea, right, where the water temperature actually has a tendency to stabilize at between 37 and 42 degrees, right?
Which is why it could melt.
No, it will melt.
Right.
That's why you go out to sea, is because it will melt.
Oh, okay. You want it? All right.
Yeah, you get a stabilized temperature and it melts the ice floe. Then the ice floe is gone and you sink to your death.
You do what? Especially if you strap those 2 batteries to, say, your ankles as opposed to the ice floe.
Well, I mean, you could grab them. You could grab them when it like tips over or whatever, right?
Shoot yourself on the way.
And then it just drags you down like an anchor.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's doable, is what I'm saying. And whatever AI program that was, the AI, whichever one that one is.
ChatGPT.
No, that wasn't ChatGPT. That was
Gemini, the Google.
Gemini, I think. Yeah, it was Gemini. Gemini just handled it real quick. They were like, "Here's how you do it. Here's the logistics," which just is another reason to go and show you that, like, if they're releasing that onto the internet right now, right? Like with zero fucking. Hold on, let me look it up again. Here we go. And there we go. That's how long it takes for it to do it. It gives you a whole logistics here. If this is just loose already, this AI, I could even dive deeper if I want.
Ooh, there's a deeper dive into a hypothetical about batteries and ice floes. All right.
Yeah, I could dive deeper. It says, do not attempt to travel on an iceberg. The primary risk is not the battery life, but the extreme danger of using an iceberg as a vessel. That's the whole point, you stupid fuck. Stupid fucking bot. It says, instability. Icebergs can flip over, roll, or break apart without warning. Hypothermia risk. Falling into near freezing water can lead to severe hypothermia in minutes. Yeah, that's actually the whole point, is that realistically what you did if you had big giant brass balls, right, was that you paddled out and then you just jumped in the water.
Right.
and then you just float it around. You just float it around, and you go hypothermic in 4 minutes, I think. Let's see, 36.
And that's supposed to be one of the less painful ways to go.
Yeah, you just fall asleep.
Yes, I thought.
Degree water to hypoxia.
Terrible name for your daughter.
My daughter Poxy. Sudden immersion in water this cold, typically below 56 degrees, causes an involuntary gasp reflex and rapid, uncontrolled breathing, hyperventilation, which then can lead to drawing water into the lungs and drowning. That's dangerous. Hypothermia. The body loses heat much faster in water than air. In one of the survival training courses I was in, they say it's 5 to 1, right? 5 times faster. In water around 32 degrees, death from hypothermia can occur in about an hour. In 36-degree water, the time frame is similar. The time frame is similar, and a person may lose consciousness and physical coordination within minutes. That's the thing, is that death from hypothermia supposedly in an hour, but that doesn't make any sense because you
drown before
because you're not awake. You know, your body just shuts down.
Right.
And a related lack of oxygen to human tissues. Guys, you gotta be careful out there.
It just sounds cold. I'm already chilly. That wasn't good.
What?
So who do you think, or how do you think, with Trump now threatening the current Venezuelan vice president and not being willing to even talk further with the opposition party chick, who do we think he's going to install in Venezuela? Or try to install in Venezuela? Let me rephrase that.
Like J.D. Vance or somebody. They already he already said we're taking over to run the country.
Well, yeah, but so I'm curious as to who's gonna.
They announced that publicly. So they're not putting a Venezuelan in charge. Is what I'm saying. Like,
right.
I don't know, somebody from the United States. I don't know who. Okay. I mean, look, who would have thought Pam Bondi would have a position, right? Like what? Shoot. I don't know. Is it? It could be Lenny Kravitz. I don't know. It could be
Kanye.
Finally. It could be Kanye West. I don't fucking know. I don't know who the fuck this psychotic weirdo is going to pick. I mean, if you had like a reincarnation of Adolf, right? Like you'd probably put that guy in. So I don't know, but like once again, like in another friendly conversation that I had recently was somebody was trying to tell me there's a spider dropping from the sky. Did you see that?
I did. Yeah.
Spider-Man. Yeah. I had some little baby spiders spawned in my office.
Are you like me and just ignore them and let them go their way, or do you smush?
I just let him go. I just didn't want him to fall in a bad spot. He was coming down from up there.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing. Yep. He's a little baby guy. He's a little tiny one. But there was like a little
invasion.
A spider made a little egg ball up there in one of the light fixtures, and I was like, well, I don't know. What am I going to do about it? They're not poisonous. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
And there was a fruit fly in here, I don't know, 4 weeks ago. So worst case scenario, we got natural fruit fly eaters, as it were. I think maybe if I was in an area where there was poisonous spiders, I probably would be more concerned. But the only potential poisonous spiders that we have around here are black widows and the hobo, the brown recluse, the fiddler. But those don't come down from the ceiling ever. They always are down low.
They stay
in a vent or in the corner or something. Yeah, they're never like
kids.
You know, and I got bit by a brown recluse, and that fucking sucked. But it was a weird freak thing, so you know, it is what it is.
All right.
I got a big ass scar on my leg from it. So I don't know. Why would I be scared of that? It already happened once. What, am I going to win the lottery twice? It's not going to happen.
Now you're going to get struck by lightning twice or something.
Good. I hope so. I hope I get hit by lightning every day for the rest of my life. Do it.
All right.
Bring it on.
All right.
It'll prove me wrong. It'll prove me wrong
It'll
that
liven things up.
Jeebus is real. I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
All right.
All right, I'm going to play the be right back thing.
All right. I'm going to stare at it.
I got to go to the bathroom. Sorry.
I understand. And so another Monday passes. This is a good time for me to bring in the dogs because they're going to make noise. Alyssa, what's going on in the fish room today? Also, hello, Recap Harris. The Don Rowe doctrine. Yeah, I think that Trump wants the oil. I don't think that those backing Project 2025 were really all that worried about it. But Trump has to have the tangible wins. He's not happy with winning whatever the motivational ideology is. And while I agree, he says, we're going to take it over. Ooh, sorry, still trying to breathe. I think that he's still going to play lip service to put some puppet Venezuelan in. To try and appease the UN, etc. Not that I think it'll work. Why does it sound like a water balloon from Joel's studio? It's interesting, D-Rock, about the 8 wars thing, because he's invaded or bombed 8 countries. So if he stops right now, I guess he can claim that he stopped those wars by ceasing to bomb. I don't know. Oh, that's frustrating, rearranging to clean. Yes, Recap Harris, I have breathing issues, so slow deep breaths are very much on the need. Christy would have said the same thing, but you beat her to it. You guys are hearing the music, so you can't hear the background of Jill's studio. And right now, it keeps making this noise that sounds like a hot air balloon when the flame goes on. I don't know, it may just be the ambient noise as the mic picks up the music. But it's funny. It sounds like he's floating off somewhere. Or his studio is. Do you have a wet vac where you can just use a tube to get under stuff, Alyssa?
Smooth jazz!
Yep, he's returned. Quick, hide.
Oh, what'd you do?
We discussed fish things and war.
Did you do something interesting?
No, not really. I brought the dogs in and, sounded like I was going to die, but other than that, it was good.
Yeah, but who let the dogs out?
I did at about 7 a.m.
Who let the dogs out? You know that song? Oh, you know it.
I do.
Yes, Canada was in it as well. His plan is to take over the full Western world. Yes. Yeah, he does want to take over Canada, Greenland, Mexico, and most of South America. I don't know why you would only do part of South America, though. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but yep, there we are. But it's nonsensical. I mean, if you were going to start somewhere, you would have started with Mexico, right? Like, you would have started aiding Mexico. You would have started aiding Mexico to a point where it would have been a positive to start becoming a part of a union with the United States, right? That's the way that you would have done it. That's the way that you could have done it. And it's realistically the only way that it could be done is that. Yeah, it would really be the only way to do it and you would have to start creating more states is essentially the way that you would have to start doing that. But I've always been an advocate for it would be good. It would be extremely beneficial to the United States to create something like the European Union as opposed to what we have going right now. For sure.
Yeah. Carrot and the stick not working so well.
Well, it's just one of the weirdest things where we've been doing nothing but military proliferation for 50, 60 years now. And we don't utilize really any of it to help our neighbor, right?
Right.
Like everyone's complaining about all the conservative fucking weirdos are complaining about the southern border as if it's not protected at all, which is bizarre to me because I'm like, have you ever been to the border? Have you ever been there? And they'll be like, no, Ted Cruz was there and I watched it on Fox or fucking Newsmax or whatever. And you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, what are you doing?
First off, really,
and I will tell you, like, for all of the fucking bullshit that Texas puts out there about like how tough they are on the border and this and that and the other thing, I've come through international customs 3 times in Texas, and they have not stopped me for anything. And the last time I came through customs in Texas, the guy literally looked up at me and went, he took my passport, looked up at me, and went, "We're busy, just go." That was it. I was through customs. I'm in the United States. He's just like, "Fuck, you're a white guy. Just get out of here." And it's like, how much fucking fentanyl could I be? Or could I have had? Fuck knows. I could have had a billion fentanyls, right? Uncle Joe's Fish Shed says, so not a fish channel live. What would you, what would you like me to do fish wise? There's a fish tank right here. There you go. Hold on, let's check on Uncle Joe's Fish Shed content. We got to do it. It's got to be done. We'll highlight a fish content channel if we can.
Yep.
I don't even know if that's copyright material. Videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos up. He's got 7 videos posted.
5 more than most of them.
He's got 7 videos posted up about fish tanks. The danger inside. The problem with Imagitarium tanks. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with Imagitarium tanks. I don't know if I want to watch that video. I don't even have glass tanks anymore, so I don't know. That one got picked up by the algorithm, or it was promoted by something else. Who knows? It's got 24,000 views. Everything else has 400, 500, 600 views.
Uncle Joe,
what to do?
A lot of content, but
what to do when you buy new fish? Tiger Barb Care Guide. Okay. Well, I mean, hey, that's cool. It says you have 27 videos, but I only see 7 here. Oh, maybe he's got shorts up. Oh, yeah, he's got shorts up. The Wet Floor Podcast with Jody. I don't know who that is. I don't know. Well, there's some fish tank content for you right there. Oh, no, we have live. Oh, the live streams. It's mostly live streams. Okay. I don't know. How many videos do I currently have posted up? Let's see.
I don't know. The vast majority are fish.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Or building things in relation to fish.
Let's go look at my YouTube channel. How many videos are on here? 858 videos. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's like if you want a fish tank video, you could just go look at them. I have 858 videos posted. From around the world, from building shit, building a chicken coop, aquascaping, how to build I even have an avatar tank from Aquapros, like how to make that tank, where I interviewed him on how to make that tank.
Some awesome fish room tours from around the world.
Don't even know how many plant videos I have. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Look at all these videos. Look at all these videos I have. I don't know. I guess get back to me when you've watched all 800 of them. Oh, here's a garden vlog.
Yeah.
Here's a garden vlog. Let's check it out.
I've watched all.
Oh, man. Internet! I think I edited this. That's right. I edited that intro. I edited that intro with fucking
machete.
No, I made it with a video editing software.
Oh.
Like I put it all on the timeline to make it.
Right.
Which is the most ridiculous way to make music, but it's super funny. It's super fun to do because it comes out just all fucking bonkers. So that's always fun. What am I doing here?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm sick.
I sound like I'm still sick, because I am. I'm still sick. I'm still dying. But that don't mean that the work is done. That means
there we go.
Work still's gots to go.
Look at him.
So,
he's doing stuff.
We are
Look at
back
him go.
in the garden today.
My beard's less gray. Look at that.
Yes.
Rests for no man.
I'm gonna turn the sound down because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I sound like shit, like I'm sick.
Bring in my lady who's been
I think I am sick because like this is a good point to illustrate here of like doing YouTube is like you're still making videos when you're sick as shit.
What are you doing,
right?
Darling? What are you doing?
So that you could get it's one of those things like so you could get 2,000 views to help keep your channel relevant, right?
And then we'll have purple tomatoes, yellow tomatoes, red tomatoes.
God, look at Vicky's boobs,
sprouts.
guys.
We were gonna make it past the rest of the show.
No, we're not making it past. There is no making it past without talking about boobs. It's coming up.
Oh, and we have courtesy of a friend of mine. We have some pinto beans.
The types of soil.
What am I talking about here? Oh, no, I'm talking about plants and shit to help you with your garden.
It being black.
Okay, there we go. Well, there we go. We got lots of videos for you.
Must have been early in the summer because you are pale.
Yeah, I'm about as pale as I am right now. I'm fucking white guy. What's up, dude? I need the sun's ultra rays to get me brown. Although I might get deported if I get too tan. Watch out.
That's right. They won't just let you through at the border.
Yeah, we got lots of videos here, man. We could watch all these videos. There's some shit from Peru. Here's this might be aquascaping. Let's see.
What another lovely day getting the opportunity.
Oh my God, he's going
That's
chilling.
the
He's
best
doing some
advice that I
aquascaping. Look at that. You could. Oh, here we go. We're going thick. We're going right into the trimming. Going trimming. Do your fish tank. Oh, I'm going to tell you about something. We're going to skip the me telling.
And all that
Oh
stuff,
shit, I'm talking
which
again.
Obviously, is a problem if you have more
You
than
talk a lot.
He's
breaking
fucking
down in the tank.
blathering on about fucking bullshit. But you could always watch that if you wanted to. It's something you could do. Nobody requested it. Nobody requested it today. But it's something that could be done. If we needed to. But you could always just go back and watch all that stuff if you want. There's a whole lot of content there.
He does answer questions about fish stuff. If somebody asks them in the chat, they're just not recent.
Oh my God, Bare Bottoms Brantons is here.
That guy's never been here before.
Uncle Joe's Fish Shed said, yeah, it's cool content you have. Like I said, I saw the live and hopped on and it was politics. Well, you know, I mean, whether you like it or not, politics will dramatically affect your life. So it's live, and yes, people, I typically do title things so that people would understand like what the stream is about. Let me double check what my... Let me go over here. I'm gonna double check what my title says to the stream.
You're on point.
The stream says episode 1284. Are you falling for the narrative? Hold on, let me check. Let's go details, so I don't accidentally have two windows open here. Are you falling for the narrative? War as a distraction and the Epstein files. That's the title of the stream. That's the title, and we'll go down here to the description real quick. This episode cuts straight through the noise. War isn't policy anymore. It's distraction deployed whenever accountability gets too close. While bombs fall and headlines scream, the Epstein files quietly disappear from public conversation. The stream is about calling out This stream is about calling out the manipulation, the media complicity, and the cynical use of human lives to protect powerful criminals, who would be the orange man in the White House. As people would like to say, you have Trump derangement syndrome. And it's like, do I have George W. Bush syndrome or whatever? Like, I think that guy was a warmongering fucking piece of shit. Do I have that syndrome? Because I typically would refer to Trump derangement syndrome as the type of people that fall in love with Ted Bundy and have sex with him while he's on death row and get pregnant with his child.
Ew.
And does that sound too dramatic for you? Because that actually happened. Ted Bundy was already a convicted serial killer. And he got married to a lady on death row and got her pregnant and had a child from death row. Okay?
And that's not just a
That's-
chick thing.
That's how
Jennifer Jones, who killed 2 of her kids, ended up pregnant twice in jail afterwards. So
Right. Well, that's a whole.
Men do it too.
That's a hole's a hole, my friend.
Oh, sorry.
You know. No, I'm not trying to end up with like, let's talk about all of the serial killers. My point is that the MAGA Trump people are in a fucking distinct cult. And it's the same cult that happened to people that fall in love with Ted Bundy once he was convicted of being a serial killer. You know, he was a convicted serial killer and got married on death row. It wasn't even a question of his guilt or innocence, right?
Yeah.
And he got a lady pregnant. A lady fell in love with him. They saw him on TV because she was in a cult, right? And yeah, and so it's like the people I talk to that are like, you have Trump derangement syndrome. It's like, no, I don't. I have a lot of concerns about the rampant grift that is happening in this country, the fascism that is being consolidated within our government, which, by the way, this isn't the beginning of it. This didn't just start today, okay?
Nope.
This has been happening since the early 80s. The Reagan administration began it, and here we are 46 years later, still going, what the fuck? Stop doing this shit. But yet here we are invading other countries, taking over other countries, right? We're doing the "Are we the baddies" meme, you know? And yes, unfortunately, that's us. Those boobs fed your child, heart symbol. They did. They also tried to kill my spouse. I think you guys forget that we had to go through breast cancer. When I say we, I mean I was there, but, you know, we went through breast cancer. Those boobs tried to kill my spouse. Tried to kill her dead. And it's still an ongoing issue, you know?
It's always the ones that are closest to you
The boobs?
that are the most dangerous. Yes.
Do you mean the boobs?
In this case, I do indeed mean the boobs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Found it, 7/32 of an inch. What the hell are you talking? Now I got to see if I can find the drill bit that's actually the right size for my airline nozzle things. Yes, 7/32 is correct. Can somebody tell me what 8/32 is?
6? No.
What?
Oh, a fourth. Quarter. Wow.
Yeah,
First day with the new brand. Don't mind me.
Wow.
Shut up.
It's all right.
Math, not my thing.
What about 9/32? That just is what
Too
it
much.
is. That just is
Too
what
much.
it is.
Stop mathing.
You got to reduce that shit.
Make it weird.
You got to remember to reduce, man.
Reduce.
Tight profiteering laws need to make a comeback. Yeah, it's not going to happen. But sure.
Not when the government is the one busy profiteering.
Right. I mean, just the crypto grift, the Trump coin and shit, the Melania coin, all that should be enough to get them out of office. But here we are, you know.
Yeah.
But I do like the fish tank people that come on and they're like, I don't want to hear about politics, and you're like, okay, this affects your fish keeping, okay. If you think politics doesn't affect your hobbies, I got fucking news for you, dude. Not only is almost every single thing that you use in your aquariums imported, including the fish, the plants, the substrate, the rocks,
Right.
the filters, the filter material, the fucking charcoal, everything is imported. And mainly because the few American companies that we have refuse to actually manufacture anything, right? Just like the company I used to work for, right?
Yep.
Now, all the money and the availability to start manufacturing shit, and what do? Import from China and resell it. Put a new sticker on it.
But hey, the tariffs are going to fix that, just so you know.
They're not. They just raised the prices. It's dynamic pricing. We talked about it earlier.
Totally being sarcastic. It does happen. Go on.
I know that you're being sarcastic. I'm answering for the people that would have that answer. You get it? You get what's happening? You know what's happening?
I just figured that everybody in here, with the possible exception of Uncle Joe, but I was going to give him the credit, was on board with sarcasm.
I think that they're on board with sarcasm, but I'm giving you the answer that so that people would understand that it's like, well, why don't the tariffs work? And the idea is that, well, if we put tariffs onto something, that will incentivize,
that will incentivize.
I'm just waiting for you. You started saying something, so I was waiting.
Nope.
That would incentivize American companies to start producing in this country so that they could avoid paying the tariff. But the reality is, with the system that we have now, is that those companies just pay the tariff, and then the customers end up paying the tariff back to the company. That's what happens. And especially done by certain things like I highlighted earlier in this stream with dynamic pricing. Now, I didn't sit here and go through and explain dynamic pricing on every single product that is utilized in a fish tank, because we went through, here's a product, here's what it looks like, here's what they do, right? Now, it's even more nefarious with companies like Amazon, where they would like to tell you that this thing cost X amount of money, and now it's on sale for this amount of money, right? But one of the bigger things is that you need to verify that it ever was actually even that price, right? If I was to tell you that Grabo thing was $250, right? It's $250, but today it's on sale for $178, right? You'd be like, oh, wow, that's a really good deal. They knocked a bunch of the price off. That's cool. But if you historically went back and found out that they used to be $150, but now they're selling them for $178, you're like, is this product $19 better? Or, sorry, $28 better? Or have you manipulated me into thinking that this is a sale? Right? Which is essentially what is happening. I can say that companies that I've worked for in the past have run into low inventory. So what they did was raise the price.
Oh, that's right.
So that people would order less of that. Right? It's like the tomatoes were too expensive because there was a hurricane in Florida. So you raise the prices for the tomato dishes. But, there's an actual physical shortage of tomatoes. Like, you can't even buy enough. So you raise the prices for tomatoes even more. Oh, hey, if you want tomatoes on your hamburger, it's an extra $2. And guess what? People were just like, yeah, I don't want tomatoes. Right?
Right.
We would just say, I don't want fucking tomatoes. You know?
Ruination. Good burger, but all right.
And so they're artificially raised the price. It's also one of the reasons, like, you go to a really nice restaurant and the menus are printed out on paper. Have you ever noticed that?
Yep.
Why do you think that the menus are printed out on paper at really nice restaurants?
Because paper's cheap.
Well, it's not because paper's cheap, but you can print
it every day.
You can print your own menus. So you can go into the computer, you can change the prices, print the new menus out, boom, here you go. Also, you don't have to clean them, because if they get fucked up, you just throw them in the recycling, print some more, right?
There you
So
go.
it's labor saving, but it's realistically not labor saving. It's actually, it's what's your material cost called? I forget. Hard
Overhead.
Not overhead. Jesus Christ, it's labor and fucking Jesus. What the hell? Labor and
My brain keeps coming up with industries,
the
and that's
other cost. What the fuck is the other item cost? Materials, yeah. It's actually saving on your materials. God, I brain fart on the word materials. But it's saving on your material. It's saving on your materials cost, because at any point in time that you come up on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you're like, oh shit, the price on rutabagas has gone through the roof, and we have this such a popular rutabaga dish. We're going to sell a whole bunch of it. We're going to sell a whole bunch of it, so we need to raise the price on that, right? So you don't get butt fucked by material cost at the end of the week, right? So you reprint your menus so that your menus are to the price. Well, they do that now up to the minute, basically, every day now. I know any of the online any online retailer is already doing that up to the minute, regardless of their size. It's not just Amazon; it's all of them. Newegg, right? You're gonna go buy some. You're gonna go buy some computer parts on Newegg, which is even crazier because I was looking up PC parts the other day, and this shit is just beyond making any sense price wise. Let's see, because I was like, oh, maybe I could consider like upgrading my workstation, because if you guys remember, I built this computer as a Threadripper so that I could someday put a new Threadripper in it, and it's just like I'm like upgrading the whole computer itself. But they went ahead and changed the whole socket for the Threadripper chip. So you have to buy a whole new motherboard now. I'm like, what the fuck?
Assholes.
Yeah, which, by the way, I probably have to buy new RAM because they don't want whatever RAM's in here. I don't know what RAM is in here. What is this computer? Settings. System. Jesus, where's the system nowadays? Components. There it is. No. About? Is it under About now? Oh, it's under About. Okay. I don't know why you moved that around. Yeah, I have 64 gigs of RAM. I can't remember if it's DDR4. I think it's DDR4. It doesn't say here.
64 seems light. Okay.
Huh? DDR4 seems light. I mean, it might be DDR5.
64, not DDR4.
What? What'd you say?
I said 64, not DDR4.
Oh, 64 seems light?
Yes. Although given the price of DDR4, no, but...
Yeah, get out of here. 64 gigs is plenty.
Okay.
I mean, I go out and buy 8 sticks of fucking RAM just so that I can have more bandwidth. I don't know.
Okay.
We got the AMD Threadripper. I have the 1950X, the 16 core.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea would be, oh, let's switch over to the 5950 or something later on when they kind of come down a little bit. But now they
did a motherboard switch between the two.
Yeah, so the socket's completely different now. So then it's like, well, okay, I got to rebuild the motherboard, rebuild the whole computer, take the whole thing apart, put it all back together, put a new CPU in it, right? But then the whole reason for that is because they want you to just build a whole new system, right? So, yeah. So, and then I was looking up, I was like, yeah, look at this. There's like a bundle right now on Newegg that popped up. Which, of course, nowadays you click on a bundle, and it doesn't even show you the bundle. It just starts showing you things that you could bundle.
Right, that you could add with it.
Yeah.
You
It's like,
this.
here's your options of bundling. But then it's like, well, what's the bundle I just clicked on, right? Yeah, so here's 32 gigs of... What kind of RAM is this? Yeah, DDR5. I think DDR5 is in this machine. I think. I would have to look it up. It doesn't say on the settings, but I think it's DDR5. It would be weird if it was DDR4.
Okay.
That would be weird. I think. Anyhow, so an 8-core processor that's 4.7 gig, DDR5, 8800, is $469 plus tax.
All right.
Which is not a bad processor, but it's not a workstation processor like I have in here, right?
No, it's a home machine.
But this all bundled together, so only 32 RAMs, 32 gigs of RAM, a motherboard that's not a very good motherboard, and so a Ryzen 7 9800 X3D, which is a decent processor. That's generally fine. This is all $1,000 now. None of this is new either. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like this stuff is all
Yeah, New Egg is usually a generation or two back.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that, this bundle is
Right.
like 3-year-old stuff.
Yeah, 3-year-old stuff.
It's all new in the package, but like this was all released 4 years ago.
I meant, like,
3 years ago.
generation or two.
Yeah. Generationally, there you go. That's a good way to put it. Let's see, PC Builder. Here we go. I wanted to look at this, and we're on stream. We might as well do it.
That's right. This is not where your donations go. Because there's not enough of them.
We don't have any donations, so it doesn't fucking matter, man. We're just fucking streaming.
That was my point.
If I was on here if I was on here gaming, and then people would be like, I don't want to be here for your gaming, and it's like, well, you didn't like.
Right.
I mean, pay up, sucker, right? I know you're not supposed to say that, but yeah, I mean, I don't,
Right, that's the whole point of monetizing.
The thing is that if I don't get paid to do a thing, then we're just fucking around.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
and if
I don't fuck around. I don't fuck around.
Go.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't fuck around installing your hot water heater for you. You know what I mean? Actually, a bad example. I'm not allowed to do that, but installing your doors in your house. I'm putting in new doors and hanging doors and putting the doors in and making the trim and finishing your doors for you. Like, do you think I'm fucking around when I do that? No, I'm getting paid to do it. So if anybody like desperately wants to pay for me to like make content, then they could pay to do, and I'll do it. Sure.
I can personally speak to the fact that he sticks to his task on his paid time without any issues.
I'm not actually. Here's the thing: it's like I'm not paying on my dime and my time to fly to fucking Europe to film fish tank videos for people, and then what?
Right.
I mean, I understand. I deeply understand from the viewer's standpoint that it's like you want to get fed the thing that you want to see, right? I get it, right? Like, I turned on Netflix the other night because I was like, I want to watch something that's kind of cool. I could not find something cool to watch, honestly. The cool things that were on Netflix that I wanted that I would watch, I've already watched.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I just turned the TV off.
We are really in the doldrums of seasonal change.
Well, no, I mean, the reality is that like there's a billion pieces of content out there, right? But when it comes to like the genre of things I want to watch, like, hold on, Netflix now, what the hell is on Netflix? How do I don't know if I can do it from this computer. I don't think I have an account connected to this computer. Yeah, I have to sign in. Here's what they're advertising. So the football, if the Seahawks were playing, I would have watched it. K-pop Demon Hunters, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua boxing match.
I already know how that ends. No worries.
What's that? Yeah,
I already know how that ends. So what's the point?
Yeah, I know how that ends. There's a movie called In Your Dreams, which I watched with Olivia a while ago. I'm looking at the things that they're advertising right now. Troll 2, not gonna watch it. The Abandons, nope. Nobody Wants This, no, I'm not gonna watch that. The Christmas Chronicles 2, nope, not watching that. Jake Kelly, actually a very good movie with Adam Sandler and George Clooney, and a really good film. It's slow.
I've heard good things about it.
It's really good. I liked it, but I watched it the other night. 3 weeks ago or something. I watched it the other night because the girls went to bed, and I was like, I like the Clooney. Let's see what this is, and and it was engaging in like a really nice way, and it was really good. But I've already seen it. The Great Flood, not watching it. Mr. Bean with a Baby, I'm not watching that. Grey's Anatomy, I'm not watching that. Supernatural, I'm not watching that. Homeland, nope, don't want to watch it. Ginny in Georgia, I don't know what that is. Christmas Chronicles 1 and the Christmas Chronicles 2, I'm not watching either of those. K-pop Demon Hunters, nope. WWE Raw, nope, not watching it. Tyler Perry's Medea Christmas. Nope, not watching it. So it kind of is what it is, right?
Right.
Now, as much as I would like to be critical of the fact that like there isn't stuff that I really want to watch on Netflix, like the very first thing that you'd want to do as a human is be critical, because it's like there isn't a thing for me to watch, right? But the reality is that there is a ton of content. There's just a bunch of stuff that I don't want to watch.
Right.
It's like it's not for me.
Yeah,
Recap Harris says maybe when your daughter is older, we can get you both back into Minecraft. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a Minecraft computer for her that she can play without me setting up a whole entire PC, a whole entire account for her, all that stuff. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to give her access to Minecraft without giving her access to the internet. There's just far too many too much weird bullshit on the internet for her to just have access. It's just
you can play with it offline, but you just don't get the updates.
I know, and I need to like host a server, and she needs to have a way to play it. Right.
Well, and so you don't need to have a server. You can just play it directly on a regular computer.
Right.
Without a server. But
okay.
Yes.
So I would need a server if I want to play with her. We were going to...
You don't need that. You can do it over your local network without having a server. It just does the little... You can put a variant open a route on your game from the computer you're playing on that will allow her in.
Right, which would mean that I need to... Okay. Which would mean that I would need to build her a computer that has access to the LAN network. Okay, that has access to the network. Okay,
right.
It's not like I can buy her a Nintendo Entertainment System from 1985 that doesn't have internet access that she could just play Mario Brothers on it.
Right.
Like when I was a kid. My parents didn't have to worry about the content that I was taking in when I was a kid because I was playing Nintendo. There wasn't any DLC content. There wasn't any messenger access. There wasn't any cookies and kernels and tracking and fucking Google. There wasn't 16 different multi-billion, trillion-dollar fucking AI companies tracking every little piece of everything going on. We didn't have an automated vacuum machine that probably has sensors on it. It probably has Wi-Fi signal access. It's probably sent by China in order to track what is going on in the building. That probably sends a kernel through whatever LAN it can get access or whatever Wi-Fi it can get access to or whatever TV that's unsecured on our network that doesn't have a password on it. Now all of a sudden it's sending back shit to fucking China or the American fucking military, right? Like these things are an issue. I haven't been able to fucking sort out how I could just let Olivia play some fucking video games. Now, that might be a shortfall on my behalf of being a parent. We have a tablet that is hyper fucking locked down. Like, she can't download anything. She can't do anything on it. Right? It's hard enough to track what the fuck is going on that thing because she eventually figures out passwords onto TVs already. Right? All of a sudden, she's watching fucking YouTube. Okay, well, that's okay. She's watching YouTube Kids.
Right.
So it's pretty restricted. But then I come in. Well, actually, she doesn't watch YouTube by herself. I'm always in the room. But when I, air quote, come in, like if I go take a shit and come back, and it's like, what are you watching? And it's quick cut fucking kids content with zero narrative, nothing going on. It's just psychotic nonsense, right? And you're like, what are you watching? I really like this. Okay, that's cool. What are you watching? I don't know, but I really like it. Okay, you don't know what it is. We're turning it off.
Right.
Right? Because if she's watching Bluey and I go like, oh, hey, what's this? Oh, it's Bluey. Bingo's going over here. They're doing a thing. This is what's going on. Okay, boom, there you go. Hey, what are you watching over here? Tumbleleaf. Okay, what's going on Tumbleleaf today? This guy's going over there. The things. Okay, cool. We're cool. YouTube Kids. Hey, what's going on here? I don't know. Nope. We're done. We're turning it the fuck off. Bye-bye. We're not watching that anymore. You know why? Because your brain is not working. So you're going to be watching that shit. So the bigger issue isn't, do I know how to set up a LAN server so that 4 people can play Minecraft together? Yes, I know how to do that. The easier way to do that for me is to set up a virtual server or a server here so that it can operate through the LAN so that people can go into the Minecraft world. But herein lies the problem. Now, all of a sudden, she has a computer that has access to LAN, has access to the Wi-Fi, which will eventually, whether we like it or not, some Windows update or Apple update or whatever fucking update, all of a sudden updates a messenger or some bullshit program on there that's like, well, here's somebody whose information we can harvest, right? We don't have any information yet on this person. We need to start harvesting it.
Right.
We are a robot. We are 24 hours a day relentlessly trying to figure out how to do that. Right? So those are my concerns. There's like, I would like her to be able to play Minecraft. Currently, right now, I have some video games that she can play, like PBS video games that we can play, right? And she's okay at them, you know, but they're like doing stuff in the game. So it's like, would I like her to play Minecraft? She knows what Minecraft is. She knows what most of the characters are. She knows how to play Minecraft. She thinks there's an end game to Minecraft, by the way, which there isn't.
Okay.
No, she thinks that you like, you know, you win or whatever.
Yeah, that you
which
something in.
the unfortunate part is you'll figure out you kill the Ender Dragon, and then it's like, you know, am I still playing? Like, yeah, you're still playing.
Yep.
Forever. And you know, I, as much as I would love to like keep playing Minecraft with you guys, it's like, you know, I tried to stream some Minecraft stuff and people just fucking hated it, you know, and people hate this, right? Like, people hate this stream. Like, people do not like it. So I don't mince words about like the reality of that there's 6 people watching right now. Like, I'm not mincing words about that. I'm not under some kind of delusion that people like this content or whatever. They don't. But I'm making it, and that's what it is, right? I enjoy a placed event at the beginning of the week. I get a chance to talk to Witchy Cat. I get to see what you guys type in the chat. Occasionally get to yell at some fucking ball gargling Trumper. And you know, Witchy Cat and I have talked about it before. Like, maybe we should get a call-in number so we can have people call in. But it's like, I don't know the end game for that, because we still don't have an editor, right?
Right.
You know, I kind of called out to like try and find an editor at one point that could help edit content, and mainly because like I'm not a very good editor, right? Like, I can write the content, I can film the stuff, I can work on making sure that the sound is legit. Like, I can do all of the stuff. I'm not a very good editor. I'm not good at it. And it would be awesome to have somebody that could input and do that. But after 800 or fucking however many, how many videos, content? I don't even remember. I go look at it again. I don't know.
895, 897.
It's more than that, because I have a ton of privated videos, right? I have a ton of privated videos. Right. So it's like, you know, it's way more than that. But the reality is that like, I'm not very good at editing. I'm not good at sitting down and going through the editing process. And admittedly, it fucking drives me nuts too, on top of it. Like, I don't enjoy it. I'm not good at it, and I don't enjoy it. That's a double whammy right there, you know? And admittedly, it is one of those things. Like, I was looking at previous earnings, like the before COVID and after COVID, right? And it's ridiculous to sit here and go like, yeah, it's 2006, and to be like, yeah, some shit happened 2020. It's like it's like 6 years ago now, right?
Right.
And to be like, well, we never really recovered from the fucking COVID situation, but we didn't. And there probably would have been a way to do that. Like, I could have just sat here and keep making fish content, being sort of simping in a way and being nice to people that like have zero,
being more amiable in the split of previous relationships.
No, I mean, it's like you'd have to simp because you just have to overlook fucking obvious flaws, obvious fucking negative things, right? It's like I said earlier, it's like Ted Bundy was a known serial killer and he got married to a lady that he didn't know before he was on death row, right? And got her pregnant and she had his baby, right? And so it's kind of one of those things where it's like I didn't want to live in a world where I have these really like one-sided relationships. I announced it on the YouTube channel that like I was going to be, slowing down with the YouTube stuff because it wasn't earning money, and I took a job working for Aquarium Co-op to help build out all of their systems. In which, since then, I have met people. And not one person, lots of people that are like, oh yeah, you worked with Aquarium Co-op or whatever, right? And it's like, yeah, I built out their fucking warehouse and I was building out their store and I built out Corey's whole fucking fish room and all that shit and all that stuff, right? And they were like, what? You did what? And it's like, how many fucking 12-hour construction days did I do for that guy? And the people that follow his YouTube channel didn't even know. They're like, I just thought you just hung around or whatever. I was like, what? Okay, cool.
Friendly customer.
I don't know. I don't know. It's bizarro, it's weird. So, and it's probably, the thing is, like, I'd never really tracked their content. I never really like watched it all that much, and I certainly really didn't keep up with it, but maybe that made me a bad employee because I wasn't watching the content, I guess, or whatever. I don't know, but it is what it is.
Right.
I'm well beyond my NDA and all that shit, so it's like it doesn't really matter what I say now. I mean, I guess people could say like, oh, you could be sued for defamation. It's like, I'm not defaming anybody. I'm just telling you what it is. So.
And you're not saying anything that wasn't obvious at the time with a little thought.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally just telling my experience, so.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying that like, and after COVID, like the channel lost a ton of support, because of the nature of politics, right? It is what it is. There is a large contingent of conservatives that like fish tanks, that watch YouTube channels, that live, in East Nebraska or whatever, right? That are like, I go to church. I seriously hate anybody who doesn't go to my church, who isn't religious, who is whatever. And the moment that I find out anything about them, about any person that I've like followed, it's like an affront to your weird religion that you believe in, right? And a lot of people got mad, a lot of people got mad, and a lot of people get mad that I regularly discuss how ridiculous their weird religion is, right? Like, it's bizarre. It's bizarre that you believe in an imaginary fucking god or whatever. It's bizarre. It's weird that you give them money. It's weird that you allow them to tell you your morals in life. It's weird that you allow them to justify whatever negative actions you're doing in the world on a regular basis. Like, all that stuff is fucking weird to me. And people get mad, people get mad. People got mad at me because I advocated for wearing masks while you were out in public. and they screamed at me about how I should be wearing a mask in my own office, in my own house, while I was live streaming via the internet. I mean, I'm not speaking in a public forum standing on stage. We're watching, people are watching YouTube and shrieking at me into the chat, sending me crazy emails about how my advocating for vaccines is going to kill hundreds of millions of people, which, by the way, isn't even remotely founded in truth at all at this point. The fact that everything that I believed in was ridiculous because they love Trump, right? And I'm like, I've hated Trump probably 20 years before he even ran for president. Which, by the way, is the second time he ran for president. He also ran for president in 2000. I don't know how people just like fucking brainwash themselves into being like, he was never in politics before. Are you kidding me? He regularly was constantly talking to like Oprah Winfrey about how like, oh, I don't know, I might run for president. Right. I'm old enough to remember his fucking stupid bullshit that he was constantly doing. I've never liked the guy. I was like, oh, he's a piece of shit grifter from New York. Got it. He's like got fucking mobbed up weird parents. He was talking shit about the Central Park 5 in the 80s, which, by the way, I was alive for the 80s. My gray hair counts. He was a piece of shit back then. He was sued by the Department of Justice for being a racist on the because he was a landlord in the 70s, right? Yep. I've never liked the guy. And just because you weirdos decided that he was all of a sudden a Republican out of the blue, right?
Yeah,
and
after years of his claiming being a Democrat.
He was somehow touched by God or whatever because he had a show on... Was it on NBC or CBS? I forget which station it was on, but he had a show where he would hire, air quote, hire D-list celebrities and then fire them for being his apprentice. Right? So the idea there is that like he was owning Hollywood and he was owning the libs or whatever. There's like a decade of evidence of that, right? And it's like, okay, so he fired Flava Flav one day. What? Like from a scripted TV show.
Right.
Right? Like I don't think Tony Stark is actually Iron Man. Because I'm not a fucking retarded child. Like what the fuck are we talking about here? Like
a scripted TV show that didn't even feature real business. It felt more like a junior achievement course.
Well, here's the example. Do I think Negan is actually a surgeon in the emergency room?
No.
Do you know who Jeffrey Dean Morgan is, right?
Oh, I know who he is, yes.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. What doctor show was he on? He is hot, and he loves the Seahawks, so that's good. It's a double-double.
He's a double-double, baby.
What was the Grey's Anatomy? He was in Grey's Anatomy as like a doctor, right? Of some kind.
I don't remember him being in Grey's Anatomy, but I never watched it, so I can't
he was one of the main guys in Grey's Anatomy, right? The other guy's Patrick Dempsey.
I guess I've never watched the show.
He's in it, right?
After a lifetime of ER, house, the old emergency room, all the rest of those, I'm medical drama'd out.
I don't know. All I know is he was in Grey's Anatomy a bunch, and I think he was a doctor or something, right? I don't know what the fuck he was. I don't know. Either way, but I don't think Negan was a doctor or whatever in Grey's Anatomy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like just the same way that I don't think Donald Trump was a business magnate just because he was on a fucking TV show.
Right.
Right. Like I don't think that he was actually good at business. Nope. He was a rich kid from fucking New York, where his dad was doing a whole bunch of greasy business shit. And set him up with millions of dollars. And he fucked up an airplane company. He fucked up casinos in Atlantic City. He fucked up buildings. He wasn't paying fucking contractors.
The golf courses.
Yeah, all the golf courses, all the crazy stuff. He was like Marla Maples, wasn't he? Who was he married to? What was his?
Marla Maples and Ivanka.
Marla Maples and Ivanka or Ivana Humpalot, whatever the fuck her name was, and all this shit. Like, the guy was a greasy bitch. He was Playboy's most eligible bachelor.
Ew.
And it's like the most disgusting pictures you've ever seen of a disgusting pig freak. And by the way, this is how I thought of Donald Trump in the 90s. Was like, that guy is a fucking pig freak from New York. Gross. Oh my God. What a fucking sick freak. Right? That's how I thought of him in the 90s. And by the way, if anybody would ever want to, hold on, John, I've looked this up before. Stu, word, bashes.
Right now, Derek, bring it.
Trump in the, I have this clip somewhere. I need the Wayback Machine. Let's see.
Government managed now.
Shit, I don't know where the clip is. I used to have this clip on hand. I think I had it downloaded somewhere. But essentially, like, Jon Stewart, there's a clip from Jon Stewart from The Daily Show from the year 2000 where he is talking shit about Donald Trump in the year 2000. And you got to bear in mind that's at least 14 years before Donald Trump was like running for president in this like evangelical world that he was like brought to you by Jesus or whatever. Right. I need the Wayback Machine. Where is it? Anytime custom range. Shit, that doesn't work because that won't. We want advanced search.
This is before he did the interview with Barbara Walters where she said, if you run for president, what party would you run for? And he said, oh, I would totally run as a Republican because they're much easier to. He said that in a national interview, but hey, nobody was.
Hold on.
Stewart, Indecision 2000. These inspired, irreverent.
It might be in this clip. Let's see if I can find it. No, let's see if we can. Let's see if we can find it. Daily Show year 2000. Yeah, because this really nowadays with the algorithm, it's basically only going to give me stuff that just came out, right?
Yes. Annoying as all.
And the problem is that I can't go back to the date because YouTube didn't exist when that show aired. So it's not like I can go to YouTube in the year 2000.
Right.
Hold on. That's true, Derek. The Wayback Machine would fuck me and not show me the video. It would just show me that it existed. Like, this did exist.
Funny thing about Tim Hortons, Derek, every time I go into town, apparently I'm close enough to the Asoyos, which must have or Pentagon, whichever, must have a Tim Hortons in it, because it's constantly now asking me if I'd like to review Tim Hortons. I'd love to review Tim Hortons, but I have not had a donut and a double latte.
Oh, from Tim Hortons?
Yeah.
I've been there. I mean, it's not good.
There must be one close to the border now, because every time I go into Oroville, it asks me if I enjoyed my visit to Tim Hortons and do I want to review it. And I'm like,
Oh, really?
I was nowhere near Tim Hortons, but sure.
Let me see. Let me see. What the fuck? I have to go to the Tim Hortons locator.
Oh, there's a locator, is there?
Your address. Oroville.
No, it's not
Where?
Oroville. Kentucky.
Just give me...
Or Oscen.
That won't work. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's one on Main Street, Highway 2.
Yeah, that's going to be in Oscen.
Huh? Osceus. Oh, yeah, it's across the border.
Yeah. That's funny.
Does it continue to be Highway 2 across the border, or what? Wait a minute.
Yeah,
What road goes
it's,
through there?
It's 97 to the border and Highway 2 on
and
the
then
other
it
side.
and then it turns into 2.
Yep.
Because we have a 2 that's over there, but
Yeah.
not quite that north.
No.
I don't know where the Jon Stewart clip is. I will have to find it one of these days. It'll take me a while to search through fucking internet bullshit. But I used to have the clip. I don't know where the link is. I used to have the link to it, but it essentially highlighted, you know, this is the year 2000, right?
Right.
And Trump wanted to run. He was talking about running for president, and they basically go down the list of all of the fucking bullshit that guy was up to in the year 2000, which is, like I said, it's 14 years before he even was thinking about running for real, right? The time that he got elected against Hillary. It's 14 years before that, right? So it's not even a, like, oh, he's the president and you don't like him. I was like, I didn't like him 25, 26 years ago.
Right.
You know? So it's like, it has nothing to do with him being president. It has everything to do with, like, the character of that guy. I never liked that guy, and he's done nothing to redeem himself. Except ingrain himself to a bunch of people who are in a cult now. And they feel like they can't get out.
Right.
You know, and like I said, I've seen tons of people talking about how the Venezuelans are dancing in the streets because Maduro was fucking kidnapped by the U.S. fucking military. Which, by the way, like I said, the international sources are essentially saying there's between 40 and 80 victims, people that died, you know, and then Trump immediately got on fucking TV and was like, yeah, we've captured Maduro, which, by the way, captured would imply that you were somehow already in a conflict, right?
Right.
Which they said over and over again that they weren't in a conflict with Venezuela, even though then in the press conference, Trump admitted, well, we've had ships out here this whole time. It's obvious that we're in a conflict. And like, you said we weren't in a conflict, motherfucker. Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
So now they claim that they captured the guy. I would argue that you've kidnapped the guy because everything that you did is essentially a kidnapping. 100%. There's nothing about it that is non-kidnapping. And my point here is I've seen so many people saying that the ends justify the means. And I cannot tell you how many fucking debates I've had in my life that the ends do not justify the means. Okay? And the biggest reason behind that is that, like, if the ends justify the means and the ends involve the reasoning, if the means involve the reasoning for reaching the ends, you're just as guilty as the party that you're supposedly stopping from doing whatever the bad thing is, right?
Yep.
It's like, oh, we need to stop these murderers. Like, how are we going to stop the murderers? We're just going to murder everybody in the area, right? And you're like, well, yeah, I mean, invariably you will probably get the murderer, right? But you're also going to murder a whole bunch of other people. And it's like, yeah, but, you know, the murderer will be dead. And it's like, well, the ends don't justify the means. Yeah, they do. And it's like, okay, but now everybody knows that you're a murderer, and then now we're going to have to bomb you, right?
Oh, but we're doing it in the name of good.
Yeah, and I'm like, the ends don't justify the means. It doesn't matter. How many times you get into that debate, it always boils itself down to like, yeah, but now you're the reason for wanting to get to the ends, right? Like now you are eventually going to be seen as the criminal, right? Because you're doing all this criminal behavior.
Right.
And it's another one of the reasons why I am like, capital punishment is fucking profoundly stupid, because if you had any logic working in your brain, you would eventually come to the conclusion that like, wait a minute, I'm guilty of the thing that I'm punishing somebody for, right? For committing a murder, right? But then it's like, but you're the murderer now. You know, the other murderer's dead, but you're the murderer now, right? And yeah, so I mean, like, am I overly logical in certain instances? I guess probably, but also seems like the right way to try and figure out what the fuck's going on in the world.
Right.
You know, we're close enough to the border. We have an equal distribution of Dunkin', Starbucks, and Tim's, but Rochester also has an incredible local coffee scene, so win-win-win. Well, that's not bad. Tim Hortons isn't what it used to be since being bought out by Burger King franchise owners. I would almost always argue that like Tim Hortons, Dunkin's, like any of these like donut coffee places, like they're not, like none of them are that good. Like there just isn't really a good one. I'm going to be honest with you. It's like, I don't really particularly enjoy Starbucks, right? But I stop by there and get like 4 or 5 shots in a cup with ice, right? Because I'm like, well, I do know that they clean their equipment. They do kind of take care of things. It's fairly orderly. I know what to expect, blah, 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 right? Like, they're kind of doing it the best, and that's why they're so successful. It's like this uniform system.
Right.
And it's like, but like Dunkin' and Tim Hortons like aren't even competing with the level that Starbucks is operating at. So you already have like a 7-Eleven style convenience store type coffee place, right? Where it's like we have hot pots of coffee and then you get coffee out of it, you know? And it's like, well, I can make coffee at home. Like, but I'm not making espresso at home, I'll tell you that. I don't have an espresso maker at home. I'm a regular guy. I don't have like a $5,000 espresso maker and a grinder and all that fucking bullshit.
Right. And if I did, my spouse would kill me for waking her up when I used it at 5 a.m.
Yeah, that whole thing. Fuck. Which, by the way, like the place that we stayed at in Alaska, that cabin, they have a coffee maker there that has a grinder in the top of it. It's a real fancy one.
Nice.
And man, Vicky would fire that thing off in the morning. The whole cabin is like reverberating with fucking noise. I'm like, holy shit, are we about to fucking take off? Like this thing is about to, the rocket engines are warming up. Like holy crap. So you know, but it's not like I'm not making a cut at Tim Hortons or Dunkin's or any of the other ones that are like that. But like, if I want a donut, I want to go somewhere like Legendary Donut, right? Where they're like, we do insane donuts, like over the top fucking crazy good donuts, right?
Right.
And you're like, awesome. And the coffee is the same as Tim Hortons or Dunkin's or anything like that. They have hot coffee, right? Okay. And you're like, okay, but I got the good ass donut. But if I want to go get good coffee, I'm not going to Tim Hortons or Dunkin' or really even Starbucks for that matter. Like I'm going to some artisanal coffee place, They got a big beaker in there where they're making cold drip, fucking bushy ass, like raspberry leaf smoked, roasted coffee beans from Chile. Koopy Luwak, whatever the fuck, you know, like, yeah.
He's been coffee spoiled.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, if I want to go get, like, artisanal coffee, I'm not getting that from the place that has the big pot of coffee.
Right.
That is on it's basically on the level of Folgers, right?
Right.
Like
Silver urns bad.
You put them side by side, you're probably not going to differentiate that much between the two.
Right.
Right.
And if they do start serving single cup, it's going to be basically Keurig coffee, not.
And also, not to mention the fact that, like, all y'all's water is fucking gross.
Yep.
Your water is gross as shit. You're on the East Coast. You have some hard ass fucking nasty water. I have soft water with nothing in it here. You know what I'm saying? There's no mineral bullshit. Like, there's no sulfur smell coming off the water ever here. You know, there is no lime deposits on all of our faucets or any of that shit. Right. So it's like, even if I do go to an artisanal place in, like, New Jersey or something.
Right.
If they didn't filter their water, there's already going to be some funk in there that I'm going to notice. You guys are probably blind to it because you drink it all the time, right? But, like, I'm already going to notice something weird's going on, right? But just from the same extension that, like, New York pizza, they're like, it's the water, man, you know? Like, we need our weird mineral-ass water to make our pizza dough, and you're going to bitch about, like, somebody making pizza in Northern California because, like, you don't even have the right water, right?
Right.
So it's just, you know, some things are good about it, some things are bad about it. But, like, if I just going to get a to-go coffee or something, then yeah, Tim Hortons, Dunkin's, whatever, it's all the same shit. It's just like whatever almost Folgers, right? that they have, you know, that's like, we sort of have Folgers. It's just in a different bag. You know, it's probably even from the same factory or whatever.
Right. The grinders are the same, so you might get a slight mix of whatever was in there before.
And I'm not mad at it because, like, if I go where Tim Hortons and Dunkin's are, the ice cream shops are probably way better than the ones around here. So that's a trade-off because I'll be like, bitch, I ain't going to get your fucking stank-ass coffee. But let's go get some fucking ice cream. We're gonna go cream jamming, dog.
Ice cream sounds.
Let's go get some. Let's go get some ice creams. You know, I was in Wisconsin, ran into a fucking crazy barbecue joint. It was just there. They were like, "Yeah, I don't know, it's real good. You should check it out." You know.
Now you're making me hungry.
So it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I mean, some stuff is good, but, like, I don't even think Tim Hortons or Dunkin's even thinks that they're good. You know. They got to be lying to themselves if they do. Anyhow, I got to go. It's fucking late. And I know my girls. Got Girl Scouts, so I got to make dinner.
They're going to be hungry.
I got some, I picked up some stuff by the Asian market. Picked up a $1.99 package of pho noodles.
Yum, yum.
I'm going to make some pho, dude. Actually, I'm gonna make pho noodles with curry chicken, and I don't even know what vegetable we have. So you know,
you're gonna make pho. You're 2 days late cooking that. Doesn't that broth take like 2 days?
They don't care. I mean, Olivia doesn't care.
That's true.
She'll take like some instant broth. I mean, I have chicken stock that I made in the freezer, so I would probably just grab one of those.
Okay.
But I make stock regularly, and then I just put it in the freezer.
Nice.
And then you just have the bag of frozen stock. All right.
No.
Internet people, fuck off. I gotta go.